Hello. Sorry for no music in the beginning. I've been. Oh, I don't. I don't know if anyone else has been following this shit, but there's a there's a there's a lot of drama going around Lego. For some reason right now. And it's been it's been interesting. Very very interesting to be fair. Um, let me. Why is my thing like? Wait, cottomate. Uh, there we go. I don't know why this. Yeah, yeah, you've seen it too. You've seen it too. Yeah, it is. Are there any black borders at the edges of the screen? It's a little bit hard for me to see, or is it like fitted perfectly? I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I think it's probably fine. Yeah. So yeah, the bricks and minifigs situation is insane. I like the algorithm. Now that I've watched all the videos, I watched all the videos related to the situation, and let me get myself a little bit higher so that I can point at things. I the algorithm gave me another uh video that is completely unrelated, and this was recorded between this was like a year ago. This was a year ago. It was recorded between the 1st of May 2025 and 1st of July 2025, or maybe if it's American then it's between those couple days in January. um and this was re-uploaded a month ago, which is a little bit before this bricks and minifigs drama started hitting the fan. For anyone who isn't in the loop, there's a big thing going on right now because there's allegations that a bricks and minifigs brand store in somewhere in the states, which it's a US company, I think, that basically they resell Lego and stuff and whatever, and you can go sell them your old Lego and whatever, and they're gonna pay you whatever for it. Either way, um, they they had like a consignment deal, which is like the idea is basically that you go to like a reseller of some kind, and you have a stock of some kind of rare collectibles, in this case Lego, and the guy who had like an over 100,000 USD collection of Lego went and did a consignment deal with this bricks and minifig store, and the idea was that when they sell the Lego at the store, the guy gets 65% or something like that for the sale, and the 35% goes to bricks and minifigs. And yeah, I saw that one too. I saw that one too. The idea is basically that the bricks and minifigs works in a similar structure as McDonald's, and the way it works is that like if you go to a McDonald's, the individual McDonald's are like private businesses that have just purchased the licensing rights or something like that from McDonald's, and they can use McDonald's branding and the food products and whatever stuff like that in their store, but they technically don't work for McDonald's. So they have their own private company, and they all manage that private company by themselves, and they just pay like basically royalties to McDonald's for it. Bricks and Minifigs works in the same way, and the original owner of the store, they needed to go abroad, so they wanted to sell the store, and the new owner of the store decided that the consignment deal is turned into some kind of magic mush, and now I own all the Lego. All the hundreds of thousands of worth of Lego are mine, even though there is a paper trail that leads to the fact that it's not. but they just claim that they're theirs, and they fucked off, and they took all the figures, and yeah, that's like a very quick summary of it. And it's being revealed that this is a pretty shitty company, which is fucked up. And now the algorithm gave me this video called "I exposed bricks and minifigs with a 1,000 USD minifigure." And what this is, there's these guys, and they go to these stores, and they have like a little lunchbox full of their minifigures, and this happened last year, so this happened before this whole drama. That just goes to put like another nail in the coffin of the PR disaster that these guys are dealing with. But yeah, so
Which one do you want first?
I guess good news, I guess.
Good news, you have a couple nice figs in here.
Okay.
Update. I am not sure what to make of this.
Oh.
So this thing right here that he's holding is like 1,200 USD, super insanely turbo ultra rare minifigure. And if like, and for it, like in terms of due diligence, Bricks and Minifigs lists on their website that they will offer 50% of the value of the thing that you've brought to the store, which is fair. That's how a lot of businesses operate. They give you a pretty bad ratio, but this is an easy way for you to sell your stuff, and you don't need to worry about stuff like if you put stuff on eBay, then you have to worry about sales tax and stuff like that. And this is just easy, go in, cash out, and you know. But these guys, they offer you 50%, but the evaluation they do of the items that you have is brutal. None of the store owners ever, like, they all claim that this is a fake thing. This is a fake thing. It's completely real.
I can't tell if it's real or what it is.
And in a situation like this, you have to find out whether if it's real or not. I saw another fucking video, like, this was about Pokemon, and someone was like, oh, so there's really obscure Pokemon card. Let me show you guys. Here. So here's a base set Charizard, like, right? This is a base set Charizard, but there's something weird about it. And the fact is that it doesn't have a hollow surface. And this is the only base set Charizard that doesn't have a hollow surface. And generally speaking, your average casual collector doesn't really know that this is even a thing, because this one was only distributed in a theme deck for Legendary Collection, which was a very small set, a small print set, extremely expensive these days. Not a lot of people have them. On the video, the guy was like a customer came to his table and was like, "Hey, is this real? I have this weird Charizard. Is this real?" And the guy on the table is like, looks at the card. He's like, "Nah, bro, Charizard is hollow. This isn't real. This is fake." And he's like, we're gonna do the rip test. So with Pokemon cards, you can test if the card is real, because in high-end print houses, if you rip the card, there is an ink layer in the middle that makes the blacks look blacker and makes the colors basically pop out more. And if you rip the Charizard, if you rip the card in half, you'll see a black ink layer in the middle. And this guy was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip this, and if it's real, I'm gonna pay you the value of it. which is fair. But the table guy was like, I'm gonna rip it because we're gonna take out all these fake cards from circulation, and I'm doing an honorable thing here. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Is I'm gonna do this honorable thing, and I'm gonna rip this card. He ripped it, and a table mate walked over and goes, "Why are you ripping a fucking Charizard?" And he's like, "Well, it's fake." And he's like, "No, this is real." And he's like, "What?" To put it into sort of context, if you are representing yourself as a professional, much like these guys are representing themselves as a professional business, and you as the customer are supposed to be able to trust them and their expertise, and none of them know whether if this one is real or not, and they don't feel like doing their due diligence and figuring out whether if it's real or not. So they're all claiming that it's fake. But now this is just a game theory. I think what they're doing is they're claiming that it's fake because they want to basically steal it from the owner. And what we can kind of the half of this case's value is here. It's 824. So this should be the offer that he's getting. But at the end of this video, we learned that
in cash 18% of
the first store offered him 18% of the value of
true
the
value of our
things.
figures. Store number 2 offered 6%.
6%.
Store number 3 offered 19%.
Exactly. So what's happening here is that they might be able to legally claim that they're giving you 50% of the perceived value of the collection, but they are purposefully misvaluing the collection so that it doesn't seem like as valuable as it is. So when they say they give you 50%, they don't actually give you 50% of the value. They are giving you 50% of the value that they claim that the collection has, and not the value of the claim that, or not the value of the collection if it were to be objectively graded. Basically, they're just trying to steal from you. 10% is like a fucking insanely crazy, like, that's like even I don't scan that hard with Pokemon cards. That is a fucking nightmarishly bad fucking ratio. That is like a crazy bad ratio. It's like shameless. And you can kind of tell that they probably know what they have in their hands, and they are feeling a little bit guilty about trying to lie about it. So they're trying to create these excuses that, oh, it's fake. I'm taking a risk for you. I'm taking a risk for you for taking this this minifigure off of your hands. I'm gonna pay you $10 for it, but I might be losing money here, you know. So I'm offering you a really good deal here. They're talking a lot. Whenever the really rare figure comes to question, they start talking a lot, and it seems almost like a distraction tactic, that they're trying to confuse the buyer and make them think that they're getting a better deal than they're actually getting, which is fucking insane from a professional business that you're supposed to be able to fucking trust. And he went into like 5 different stores and he got the same treatment in every single one. Fucking wild. Shameless. But anyway, let's watch something more positive. I have a few things here. I don't know what Schedule 1 is, so I'm not gonna watch the making $10 billion redos in Schedule 1, because I just don't know what... I'm guessing it's a video game, but I haven't played it, so I don't really have any interest in learning how to be good at it. Because if I'm not interested in the game in the first place, what the fuck is the point? Here we have, though, weird units of measurement. It's not super long. We can totally watch this. Then there is one, yeah, giraffe. You have no idea how weird giraffes are. That one I have to watch. And there's a couple other ones that we're gonna give a peek at, and also once I have once the daily reset comes at 10, I have my funny cheek game on the side. We're gonna do some dailies, and also there's one thing that I want to do that is kind of challenging, and we're gonna see if I can somehow sneak my way through it.
This video is sponsored by War Thunder. Childhood is often remembered as the most magical period of a person's life.
Is the volume
Dr.
okay?
Seuss, Bill Nye, lead paint, all mind-bending experiences that make up any meaningful youth, for they serve the vital function of filling a child with inspiration and/or cancer. Just like this one. Say hi, Colin. Did you say cancer? Colin here wants to build an elaborate Seussian machine that do all sorts of wondrous tasks, from scooping ice creams while playing the blues.
There's Lovecraftian. There's like fucking. There's Seussian. Is it because it has the glove? Is it because it has the glove, so it's Dr. Seuss reminiscent? Is that what makes it? It feels like it's like an eldritch thing. It's like a Chthonian fiend. Seussian feed.
To toppling regimes and tying one's shoes. Now, contriving this convoluted contraption compels Colin to capture quintessential quantities. Only problem is, he doesn't know of any units to measure his work in. I was just gonna use metric. But did you know that the metric system is French? Go on. Luckily for Colin, there is a cornucopia of wacky units out there to spice up your life with a bit of whimsy. So today, we're gonna talk about some of history's weirdest units of measurement.
I hope the American units of measurement go here.
As I'm sure you smarty pants already know, a number can have dramatically different implications depending on the unit it's presented in. Take the number 17. Inches? That means you're the talk of the town. Blood alcohol content? Your blood stops being blood. Classified military document leaks? Well, you must be talking about today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is the world's most comprehensive vehicle combat game, rocking over 20 to the video.
That is such a fucking obscure reference. I mean, when it actually happened, it was in the news. For anyone who doesn't know, there was some fucking War Thunder fan who was actually leaking confidential military information because he got into an argument in Reddit about how like some plane works or something, and he was like, I fucking work for this shit. I work in the military, and here's the schematics to prove that you are wrong. So someone actually posted the fucking schematics to some classified military vehicles on Reddit just to win an argument. Humanity is great.
To building any whimsical device, the first thing you gotta do is define your dimensions. So how can one go about describing just how long from side to side an object is? I don't know how. Reindeer piss. Or more specifically, the poronkusema, an old Finnish unit of length used by the indigenous Sami people.
Poronkusema is not. No. No one uses that anymore. No one ever used it. Only the fucking drunk weirdos in the north ever used it. No. We don't count this shit.
It's defined as the distance a reindeer can travel before having to powder their nose. The unit came about due to reindeers being physically incapable of walking while urinating, and since apparently people have nothing better to do up there than watch reindeers drain the weasel, they found that walking distance to be about 7.5 kilometers. While it's rendered obsolete today, it is still used to describe things that are an obscure distance away. Hey, how far away is the bus? I'm not sure, let me see. Hey, Chad! Yeah, one sec. What the fuck? Just give me a sec. You can't move yet, dude. That's like the whole.
I have actually heard this being used. Yeah, it's like if you're not exactly sure how far something is, you say, "Se on poronkuseman päässä." It's like a fucking reindeer's piss away.
Point of poronkusemas. Dude, it's an expression. No, it's a reindeer. Poronkusemas may be a bit large for the scale of your
Poronkusema. It's always funny to listen to people who don't pronounce the Finnish very hard R to see people try to pronounce it. It's
machine. Perhaps furlongs are more your speed. Back when the English plowed their own farms instead of colonizing them, they defined a furlong as the distance a team of oxen can plow before getting tired. This works out to be around 200 meters. But that's only true if you raise little bitch baby oxen. As I forge mine in a crucible of pain and combat where only the strongest survive, and are easily able to plow 500 meters like the badasses they are. The furlong can be broken down into 40 rods, 10 chains, or 7,920 gumballs. It also serves as the basis for an acre, which is one furlong by one chain. And if you really want to work your poor oxen to the bone, the amount of land one can plow in an entire season is one ox gang. For a practical use case scenario, if you're taking a date down the street to
You know, I'm from now on, I'm gonna remember that Poronkusema is exactly 7.5 kilometers. So, if anyone ever asks me, like, if that ever comes up, now I'll know.
Coachella to see your favorite hip-hop artists, you could say it's 14 chains to the Ox Gang gangbang for a 2-chain Wu-Tang Boothang hang. Furlongs and rods are still pretty big, though. Right you are, Colin. For the more intricate measurements, might I suggest the barleycorn, the original basis for the inch. Why don't I just use inch?
I have to admit, like, this is like I don't even know what, like, kind of sense of humor I would call it. It's like Matt Pat sense of humor, I guess, or something like that. Just saying some obscure, stupid nonsense and acting like it was a joke, even though no one will ever laugh at it. They are very common in these kinds of videos. It's very, I don't really know how to categorize it, but yeah, I'll just call it Matt Pat humor.
Inches. Aw, because then I wouldn't have a YouTube video, and therefore wouldn't make any money. The inch used to be based
like that. Like that wasn't funny at all. Like, there was literally nothing funny about that. That was literally just wasting effort and time in editing the video. But you know, I don't know what the target audience of this is outside of Matt Pat.
the length of 3 barleycorns before it was redefined using the speed of light, resulting in everyone abandoning.
But it is specifically a specific generation of internet users that do humor like this. This kind of, like, how would I even, sort of like a little bit condescending. It's a little bit condescending. It's like Deadpool but cringe. That's probably what it is. It's like people who were 15 and they thought Deadpool is the coolest, and they're trying to be Deadpool as an adult, but they're not charismatic, so it's just cringe. That's a really cruel assessment of this guy's sense of humor, but you know, that's fine. That's fine. It's, you know, it's educational. We're watching it for the educational content, not for the jokes.
Their dried grains for lame photons. Everyone except for shoemakers, that is, who, for some reason, find it easier to measure shoe sizes in barleycorn to this day. Hey, can I get a size 11? Sure thing. Fuck, it's too fast. Now that we got your doohickey all nicely dimensionalized, it's time we give it a purpose. What do you want it to do, Colin? Borger. Alright, 1 cheeseburger. Borger machine coming right up. To spit out a large supply of burgers, we'll need a large space for the beef. Obviously, the most efficient way to supply said storage is with a direct farm-to-beef cube cattle mincer installed on the back. Wouldn't that be needlessly painful for them? Maybe. We can find out just how painful it might be with a handy dolorimeter, a 1940s device that applies heat, pressure, or electric current to determine thresholds of pain in the unit of doles.
Oh.
Each dole represents a
we're not just measuring like distance or weight or stuff, but okay, obscure measurements. That's actually pretty interesting.
Noticeable increase in pain. Moo. Just like that. Experimenting with a heat lamp on subjects' hands, the creators found that people started to feel pain at around 113 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 7.419 degrees Wedgwood. But after 152 degrees Fahrenheit, 42.5 Romer, participants stopped reporting increasing levels of agony. Are you sure this isn't hurting more? No, it's the same. What is it? Ah, nothing. We're done. Thanks for giving me your hand. Don't you mean a hand? Other researchers failed to replicate these tests, so dolls never quite caught on. But that didn't stop the world's masochists from trying to find a new way to quantify pain. Any average Joe can get stung by a bee and say it hurt, but only a true artist of pain can describe it as almost pleasant, like a lover just bit your earlobe a little too hard. Meet entomologist Justin Schmidt, born to be fanfic writer, forced to be aroused by pain. Schmidt made it his life.
For real? Did he actually write a Harry Potter fanfic? What?
Life work to rank the pain of various insects.
Oh, Fern Gully? Oh, that's some fucking nostalgia shit. I remember, like, we had that on VHS when I was like fucking... I don't even remember. I was young. I was young when we watched Fern Gully. Like, holy shit. I thought it was like a... So, in Estonia, there was a lot of movies for sale, like animated children's movies for sale, that were like... They were like, how would I put it? Like pirate copies of Disney movies. They were like their own version of Disney movies or something, like some kind of public domain thing. And they were like these sort of cheapo versions of it. There was one about fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And he had like a light on his nose. And then there was like a weasel or something who was like a scammer. And it was fucking weird. And in my perspective, because it wasn't like a Disney movie or like one of these big ones, I thought Fern Gully was one of these scam movies as well. And then only after I found out that I think there's like more than one movie for it, like there's maybe like some kind of sequels and stuff, I realized that, wait, like people actually like this? And then I was like, oh, okay. I guess it's not a pirate movie then. So yeah, I had a bad first impression of it. But my sister
His
really
idea
liked
was
it.
simple. Take a bug, put it on his skin, and savor the exquisite trip through agony and hellfire before jotting down just how much he wants to end it all. In total, he exposed his flesh to the venom of 78 different species.
Yeah, there's a fucking guy on YouTube called... I don't remember what his name is. He's like Dingo Australingo or something like that. And he literally goes through this list and tests them all out as well. So yeah.
To place them on a paint.
Also, in terms of Fern Gully, let me just... Fern Gully. I have a feeling like that the characters were like really ugly. And that's why I didn't really like it. Yeah, they're kind of ugly. I guess the girl is like okay, but like there's like some ugly characters in this. Yeah, there were like these fucking freaks who were like riding the bugs, and they're just fucking weird looking. Like look at this guy. Look at this dude. It's just like a fat guy, naked, on a bug, and he's got like enormous lips, like he's been sucking on a vacuum cleaner. It's like just so ugly. I don't like this thing either. I guess it's like a bat or something, but he looks like a drug addict. Yeah. It's you know, I do remember it like vaguely, but it's been a long time. Coyote Peterson. Yes, that's what his name is. Yes. Dingo. It was not exactly what he was, but Coyote is pretty close to a dingo, to be fair.
Scale consisting of 4 levels, but the real treat of his work came from the colorful language he used to pen his experiences. For example, he described a yellow jacket sting as hot and smoky, almost irreverent. Imagine W.C. Fields extinguishing a cigar on your tongue. That was just a 2. At the high end, he described the tarantula hawk wasp as blinding, fierce, shockingly electric. A running hair dryer has just been dropped into your bubble bath. And the warrior wasp as torture. You are
I love how like it's almost like he's writing poems each time. Like almost like there's like this key power word in the beginning, and then we get like the more like flowery words to describe the specifics.
In the flow of an active volcano. Why did I start this list? Of course, no scientific findings can be accepted until they've been replicated. But for some reason, no scientist has tried to do that yet. Okay, Schmidt, go ahead. Oh, by the way, we're gonna need a second opinion. Okay, but back to the cow.
Yeah, see?
Oh,
See?
yes.
That,
Betsy here.
That was Matt Pat humor. That was Matt. It's like trying to be like we can see here that the influence from cyanide and happiness. It's trying to be cyanide and happiness, but it's not. So it's just kind of like a silence. It's just a moment of silence. I guess it's like a palate cleanser, kind of, after a lot of information, but like, bah.
Registered pain at a pressure significantly lower than the grind force of the mincer. So yeah, this will be quite astronomically painful for them. Then we shouldn't do it, right? But Colin, that pain is nothing compared to what your shareholders will experience if we don't maximize profit. So set that mincer to Happy Meal and let's get a cookin'. The shredded meat of one Betsy here is enough to spew out about 2,200 quarter pounders, or as we'll advertise them, 0.008 sluggers. To supply that many, our beef cube will weigh in at 24.9 Turkish Batmans and take up 7.8 buttloads of space. Okay, that last one is just a figure of speech. Right you are, my boy. One that came from a very real unit of volume, the butt. Equal to 2 hogsheads, a butt, like most of these units, can vary wildly, equating to 130 gallons for ale or 126 gallons for wine. Therefore, if you recall my historical slang video where we learned the phrase "to suck the monkey" meant to steal booze from a barrel with a straw, depending on which barrel you choose, it wouldn't be incorrect to say you sucked the monkey from the butt.
No!
Not enough with the British.
Bah.
Just how long will your machine here take to cook the burgers? Well, considering the fast food nature of the device, you might be tempted to say a jiffy. But by doing so, you're now legally bound to a verbal contract you have no hope of fulfilling, as a jiffy just so happens to be a very real unit of measurement. Originating in the roaring 20s, the jiffy was first defined as the amount of time it takes light to travel 1 centimeter in a vacuum, about 33.4 picoseconds. Let's cut you some slack and say you only need to cook the patty in that amount of time. Heating up 1.008 slugger to Flavortown temps takes about 24 kilojoules. That doesn't sound bad. Not at all, champ. But to do so in a jiffy would require 730 terawatts of power, which may be a little difficult to pull off, considering that's about 262 times the entire energy consumption of the human world. But I believe in you, Colin. You're better than the entire human world. All we'd need to rev up those fryers is a measly 730,000 nuclear power plants shoved into your little energy compartment here. What, this thing? What was that? About 4.06 trillion bananas. How are they in there? Well, Colin, what you just experienced was the banana equivalent dose of 406,000 sieverts of radiation. You see, a banana contains naturally occurring radioactive isotopes of potassium.
Oh, I've heard
and
of
the average
this.
amount of that potassium in the average banana is roughly 0.1 microsieverts, aka 1 banana equivalent dose. The unit, while informal, proves useful for visually describing infinitesimally small amounts of radiation to the stupid public who gets terrified when concrete gets too tubular. A person's average daily exposure...
Well, I think it's more that there's been a lot of aggressive lobbying against nuclear power, especially from the States, because it's not oil. So that's why the public is so scared of it. Not because of the... I mean, the towers are kind of imposing, and the nuclear disasters obviously are as well. But, you know, oil has caused a lot of irreparable damage to the earth as well, so I don't know if it's any better. In fact, it's objectively worse.
Strutting around is about 100 BEDs, and the maximum banana equivalent dose for a radiation worker in 1 year is half a mega banana. As for a lethal dose, why, that'd be about 35 million bananas. What, and I was hit with 4 trillion? Yeah, there's 730,000 nuclear power plants in there. Why are there that many unshielded nuclear reactors behind one flimsy metal door? Well, I didn't think you'd open it. Is there any chance I can live? Why, lucky for you, we can measure that with our next unit, micromorts. Are you a little paranoid Polly who wants to know just how dangerous various activities are? Well, micromorts are the unit for you. Representing a 1 in a million chance of death, they were introduced by Professor Ronald Howard power to serve as a rough estimate of risk for decision analysis. Going hang
Oh.
gliding, 8 micromorts. Giving birth, 120 micromorts. Appearing in one of my videos, 261,000 micromorts.
Makes sense.
Well, soon to be 292,000. But who's counting? I'm counting. I don't want to die. You don't want to die poor, you mean? Because before I hand you off to the Grim Reaper, we need to market your burgers. First things first, let's select a location to set up shop. And funnily enough, there just so happens to be quite the thematic scale for determining the perfect country to exploit. The Big Mac Index. Originating in the 80s by The Economist, the index looks at the price of a Big Mac sold in McDonald's restaurants throughout the world to compare the purchasing power of various countries. Since the Big Mac has had its production streamlined to capitalistic perfection, practically the only thing determining its cost is the local currency's strength. And what started as a half joke took off as burgernomics became a globally recognized metric for economic health. Yep. Uh-huh. Wait. No. Just hang in there, Clyde, all right? And don't sell. We'll see what happens when the market opens. I'm confident the portfolio will recover. Okay, one Big Mac, that'll be $18.95. So seriously was this metric taken that Argentina even forced McDonald's to
Is it just me, or are these jokes just like immensely not funny at all? Is it just these are like the internet version of like dad jokes at this point? That's what they are, I feel like.
sell the burger in their country at an artificially low price to try and mask their inflation. Looking at the most recent data, to maximize your profits, let's source our Betsy's from Taiwan and sell your burgers in Switzerland. To draw in customers, we're gonna need to pump out some ads. Only problem is, how do we choose the hottest model to most effectively sell your burger? Introducing the Millie Helen. Inspired by the myth of Helen of Troy, whose face was so beautiful it launched 1,000 ships to recover her in the Trojan War, one Millie Helen represents enough beauty to launch one ship. Hey, can you guys clear out already? I have shipments coming in.
Nah, don't reckon I feel like it, mate.
They're bad.
Rachel,
yeah.
can you come
Yeah,
over
they
here?
Alright then.
Yeah, look at
Only
that.
one? Conversely,
not funny.
negative 1 millihelens represents the amount of ugliness required to sink one ship. Rachel, honey, what's wrong? While more of a joke unit, there were still people throughout history who attempted to quantify attractiveness. Beauty is purely objective after all. Take the beauty micrometer, a tool painstakingly designed to maximize both aesthetics and...
Does that not look like the fucking thing that, like, what is it, Hellraiser or something like that? In one of the things, it has one of these. This is like a horror movie thing.
nightmares. Invented in the 1930s, the device used metal screws to measure every minute ridge and valley of your anatomical skull structure to pinpoint
That's
the
fucking
exact
insane.
areas to reduce or enhance with makeup. Objectify women? Take a lap, loser. Back in the 30s, real...
Ironically, I think in South Korea, they're actually going this way. They don't use the torture helmet, but they have like specific angles, like percentage angles that your nose bridge has to form and stuff like that in order for you to achieve like optimal beauty, which is terrifying. Their beauty standards in South Korea are insane. Pinhead from Hellraiser, yes. Heyo Shar.
Sigma's modified. I don't know about this. I mean, is true beauty something we can really measure? Well, you know what they say. Beauty is only skin deep, right? Now let's find out how deep. While all these measurements are nice and dandy, I know what you're all thinking. Blue Jay, how can I possibly comprehend these units without gumballs for scale? Well, worry not, gamers. I crafted a nifty little visual guide with as many gumball-based units as I had time to derive. Some units were simple, like gumball length being just the diameter of your standard gumball, but other units required more creativity, such as gumball time being how long it takes light to travel the diameter of one gumball in a vacuum. If you're curious how I went about calculating these units, I'll be posting an...
No, I think I'm okay. Thank you very much. That was kind of an okay, not it's like the information was actually pretty interesting. The information was actually pretty interesting and fun, but I wish there weren't that many like ads for this guy's sense of humor in the middle of it. Break your neck for thigh highs. Is this another race? that they're doing. Yeah, I'm guessing it is. Yeah, we already watched one of these. Yeah, we already watched the femboy, gay femboy. No, it was the. It was the fucking, what was it? The bad dragon one. I don't think this is gonna provide us with anything of particular interest in comparison with that. Let's see. What is this? Oh, it's a Twitter post. What the fuck are you sending me a fucking Twitter post? God, of course it was fucking Bear. He would be the kind of guy who would send you a fucking Twitter post. This one though, I have been waiting for this. I still haven't seen this shit. I've been sitting on this. I like Casual Geographic. I think he's very nice, and his videos are great. And the fact that he also does a lot of like really good charity work is great. So, giraffes and Casual Geographic. Yes, please. Let's see.
Video, because now you're gonna find out what giraffes sound like. You went your whole life thinking they don't make a sound, but you bet giraffe they do.
Yeah. That's the reason to why they make that sound is because they ate something and their tumbly is rumbly. That's how they that's why they make these sounds.
We used to think giraffes were like the G in lasagna or post-2011 Osama, dead silent, and scientists swore that an animal with that neck situation would be physically incapable of generating enough airflow to say anything audible.
Just look at how friend-shaped it is. It's just, like, you can tell from the face that it's not a mean creature. It's just a happy thing.
Of the story, sometimes you gotta mind the business that pays you, and it wasn't until someone...
It's like a long horse. Giraffes are great.
Was in the business of paying researchers to mine the giraffes that they heard the humming of Hoist the Colors from the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack. Over the course of 8 years, they recorded nearly 1,000 hours of audio of giraffes in zoos, and they found that giraffes will hum to each other in the dead of night. Although if they would have listened to the locals, they would have found out sooner, because over 100 residents in Pangton complained of a creepy droning sound coming from the zoo's giraffe house. Sounds that folks were claiming were making them physically sick, to the point where they made a petition to incite an investigation.
I mean, they are probably some kind of eldritch cryptids. They are making, like, dark ambiance for the nights to be a little bit scarier.
And the zoo both declined to comment, but also said it wasn't a giraffes, but also said their lawyers would be looking into it. Gee, I thought you said no comment. So you know this study must have been vindicating. As for the zarafa, we now know what the giraffes say, but we still don't know why. It could be how giraffes keep track of each other at night. Maybe it's how a beast with a trachea to LeBron's long snores. Maybe it's a demonic giraffe ritual. Or maybe it's like birds where to us, there's no meaning, but to them the intentions are rated. And that is only the surface of how weird this walking didgeridoo is. You have no idea! Insane giraffes are as a concept. Like, you might not realize, the closest you can get to Jeff Goldblum's wet dream is by rage baiting the tallest animal alive. That'll earn you a one-way ticket to Jurassic Park. Now, ignoring whatever they did to get Jeffrey that active, one of the consequences of being the tallest is despite a motivated giraffe nearly breaking 40 miles per hour, they're sentenced to life of running the way we do in dreams. They could be running from certain death, but damn it, they're gonna look majestic doing it. To be fair, if you make a giraffe do all that, I'm on his side. You deserved it. Another consequence is this video right here. This video went viral because it was the first time many realized that an animal with a neck longer than the prohibition has to tank inclement weather right to the face. Fun fact, giraffes don't use slurs. But the day we learn how to ask one how's the weather up there in giraffes, they'll start. But nature didn't completely leave them out to dry. I mean, obviously. Nah, but they do have a trick in plain sight. Those iconic giraffe patches also have a network of blood vessels that's like a built-in thermostat where they can expand to release warmth to stay cool during the heat of day, but can also constrict and hold heat in times like when they have to raw dog a rainstorm. Also, the nature of being the tallest means it's actually more dangerous for them to lay down in the rain than just stand up to the storm. Now, the chances a giraffe gets struck by lightning are very, very low. They're still 30 times more likely to get touched by Thor than a human.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder if, like, because in Japan, and yeah, at least in Japan, a giraffe is kirin, And Kirin is also a thunder creature from I think it originates from Chinese mythos. It's like a thunder creature of some kind, like a dog or a dragon. It's like a dragon or something. It's kind of dog-like, like all Chinese dragons are. And I wonder if it's because they saw a fucking giraffe getting hit by lightning. And they were like, oh fuck, this is the thunder god creature. The poor giraffe is just like completely knocked out.
Now, the chances they get electrocuted on power lines is slightly higher. To be fair, that's human intervention and poor design. That's not their fault. Especially because having a neck and legs longer than a Monday in August already comes with problems nothing else can relate to. Giraffes have one hell of a childhood, and it starts with them getting dropped 6 feet flat on their face. Literally airdropped into existence on their heads, because once again, a mother laying down to give birth would be the easiest lick of a lion's life. Also, as babies, we had doctors to slap us into breathing. Giraffes get the ground. To their credit, at 6 feet, 220 pounds, the Zarafa Kafa can find its feet in only 30 minutes. But they get reintroduced to the ground several times in the process. And in only a few hours, the baby giraffe can run in stride with its mother, which isn't a luxury, because there are many things to run away from as a newborn giraffe calf, and more than half will get snatched by actual predators. Luckily, the mother will defend them to the death, and a kick from over 2,000 pounds of motivated motherhood will leave a lion lying on the ground permanently. They have sharp hooves the size of dinner plates that's instant attitude adjustment to any predator. Ooh, that's a concussion. And of course, having legs higher than student loans gives them more rings than most animals are ready for. It just sucks when mama ends up being the baby.
Stupid ass ostrich. It's like the thing when you have a little brother and you're just holding their head and they're like spinning their arms and you just push them away.
His biggest op. When I said the mother defends them to the death, sometimes she's the one delivering it. I have seen too many mothers trying to scare off lions only to end up river dancing on their child. Like the operation was a success, but the patient died. It takes 14 months for a mother giraffe to birth a calf, and only 0.2 seconds to accidentally delete her dependent. I'm not dumb to how hard piloting 6-foot flesh stilts must be, but I've seen quadruple amputees shoot with more accuracy than a giraffe using her own legs. And that's assuming it's an accident.
No, I should laugh at it, but they're so fucking stupid. Oh, no, it has like no ability to perceive like levels on the ground because the giraffes live on even ground all the time, so it's the smallest slope and it's immediately fucking destroyed.
This was straight up intentional. And I still don't know why she did that. Things don't get much easier in zoos either, as captive giraffes have accidentally stepped and sat on their own children. So fatal friendly fires are just another consequence of being tall. Another is that giraffes are one of the few mammals that can't swim, and they play river roulette every time they cross one. You just know his heart drops straight to his stomach. And that ain't nothing, that's like a 2-story drop. At this point, it really feels like being tall is more trouble than it's worth, to the point where you gotta ask, why are they so tall in the first place? The answer might seem pretty obvious, but
cute,
like the
though.
giraffe, it's more controversial and more complicated than you think. The easy answer is to say that giraffes evolved long necks to reach foliage that no other herbivore could, and while that might be true, I do want to clear something up real quick. Evolution's a lot of things, including a word I don't use anymore because I respect women, but what it's not is intentional. Master Oogway might have been a creationist. Evolution is a lot of accidents, actually. Basically, it's a random mutation, like a slightly longer neck, that gave an individual an edge, and with long necks seeing better reproductive success, that random mutation would have a much better chance of getting passed on. After millions, and I do mean millions of years of natural selection, long necks would become the dominant and eventually the only giraffe build. Just a series of events creating something not perfect, but just good enough to keep the wheel rolling. The Babirusa literally lobotomizes itself with its own dental, but as long as that happens after they have kids, evolution will remain Ray Charles to it. But with giraffes, it seems straightforward, so much that when you learned about natural selection in school, the giraffe was probably the easiest example. Now what if I told you we still can't agree on how the giraffe got this way? Every theory seems to have at least one good counter. It's easy to believe that the tallest giraffe would have a nutritional advantage. Except a 2010 study showed that in a drought, it was actually the tallest and largest giraffes that died the most. Also, some argued that if being tall was such a buff, more herbivores would have evolved the same way, yet the Gerenuk seems to be the only one that went down the alt-height pipeline. You know, we don't talk about this enough, And we really should. This is 100% responsible for a cryptid myth or two. Others say
weird
it's the
creature.
built-in temperature setting that was the real driving force. A popular theory is that animals live by the 3 Fs, and the long necks, if not for food, must be for except if it was for female validation, you'd expect the males to have disproportionately longer necks. But even though the males are physically bigger, it's actually the females that have more proportionally impressive necks. Which actually led to another theory that the neck work was actually to support the female's high metabolic demands while pregnant. There's even a theory that the giraffe's neck wasn't even the main feature, that they evolved long legs first and the long neck came after so the giraffe could still reach water. Maybe not the strongest theory, but for sure the funniest. But to me, there's likely no one thing, more like a combination of things driving the giraffe to be what it is now. Except I did leave one thing out, because even with feeding and forking, there's a third F word that's just as important. In 1996, a long-dead relative of the giraffe was discovered in China. Discokerixesha looks like the modern version's reflection in a funhouse, and scientists say the thick neck and even thicker skull were used to violently headbutt each other. And scientists studying its anatomy say that not only would this half a giraffe have headbutted harder than any other animal, including dinosaurs, but being built like a sledgehammer and behaving like one is proof that the giraffe's neck was more about fighting than food. And while I'm still sure it was a combination of different pressures, I can see it being for fighting. You've definitely seen giraffes fight like 2 inflatable car salesmen in a turf war. As goofy as it is, they do damage. That's exactly what those are for. Those are ossicones, not horns, but ossified cartilage. Basically, if your ears got bricked up, no mortar. Those ossicones are great for bludgeoning their opponents into oblivion. They're also good for butting a female in the bladder to make her pee so he can taste test it and assess her availability. Don't let the lower frame rate fool you.
Don't
Those
taste
ossicones
test it.
genuinely tear each
Jeez.
other up. That was the winner, by the way. Now the difference is, animals with antlers shed them once a year. That's not blood, that's moose velvet. Giraffes don't, not just because the cones are fused to their Jurassic skull, but also giraffes breed all year round, which means they gotta be ready for smoke all year round. Like, you don't even know, Giraffe Fight Club genuinely goes crazy. Like, they have rules. The first one I've already broken, so we'll just talk about the others. Giraffe fights are brutal as hell. It's basically boxing mixed with Mortal Kombat. Watch 2 bulls trade blows. Eventually, you'll see a giraffe feint, counter, and uppercut. Their fighting style even evolves as they mature. Younger males usually swing for the biggest target, being the ribs or the rump, but older, seasoned bulls often chip away at their matchup by targeting the legs. Not only because weakening the legs is the fastest way to fell a tower, but a giraffe that gets his leg broken is immediately disqualified from the gene pool. That's a career-ending injury for Buddy. But look at it this way, there's a lion pride that's not gonna believe their luck. Giraffe fades are so devastating that they rarely even get to that point. In fact, most times, giraffes are weirdly ethical fighters, and I'm so glad I get to talk about that now. Giraffes are like baseball players, where they have a preference between swinging their neck to the left or the right. And what's crazier is, they'll actually respect each other's preference. In sparring matches, they'll line up head to tail if both fighters have the same preference. So like if 2 southpaws line up head to tail, both parties get to practice swinging to the left. With the same logic, if one's a southpaw and the other's orthodox, then they'll line up head to head with the right favoring fighter on the left. And if during a sparring match, one giraffe swings too hard and his momentum puts him out of position, both sides will stop, realign themselves, and briefly start again. That is mighty gentlemanly. It's a mutual respect you wouldn't expect from a camel.
Why?
That's not
Why would they do this? They're like trying to optimize how to kill each other as perfectly as possible. God fucking damn it. They're already fucking stupid. Why would they make life even harder for themselves? They don't even understand slopes. Why would you do this?
the only point in the giraffe's code. Giraffes also believe in weight classes. Researchers watching quickly realized that males will go out of their way to fight opponents as close to the same size as them, and will reject matches with males noticeably smaller. Instead of an easy win, sparring giraffes will go for the fair fight because skill-based matchmaking is not a human concept. Giraffes are even known to follow the bar fight phenomenon, where if one pair starts sparring, that seems to get all the other giraffes to start running it. And rarely do you see any giraffe attempting to cheat. Arguably, the only questionable action is older bulls will sometimes interfere with and break up fights between youngerlings. Some say it's the old heads playing referee. I think it's straight hating. I'm not even kidding. Older bulls will meddle in fights, and I'm sure it's to keep any one male from getting too comfortable and confident. Because a cocky male is a problem for everyone. But yeah, that neck and those cones
Is
are
their
good.
age reflected on how bright the coloring is? Like look at these. If this is the older one, it's like dark. And then these two, they're like very bright in color.
Is a problem for everyone. But yeah, that neck and those cones are good for more than just drinking from the
I
golden
didn't know
fountain.
that.
And while males using maximum effort is straight blood sport, like bro is not waiting on a bell, he's waiting for him to stop breathing. For the most part, males keep it peaceful. Some say a little too peaceful. There's another interesting fact about giraffes, and before y'all get mad at me, all I ask is that y'all hear me out. Because male giraffes have a special way of making up after a fight, and that has caused controversy in ways I'm sure the giraffes did not see coming. Giraffe sparring matches have been known to end with the two bulls caressing each other's necks and lightly nudging each other. It's believed it's how two males reinforce their bond and standing in the overall group. It's really no different from guys dapping each other up after a pickup basketball game. Basically, I'm good, you good? We good. That's what I thought, until his 4-foot pink lightsaber came out and he tried to mount the other. And it's that kind of behavior that has people saying this portrait mode stretching the neck unicorn is one of the gayest animals out there. Not derogatory.
True.
Apparently,
It's true. But fuck, you can't say it like that. It's true though. Fuck.
enough of these necking competitions come to a conclusion with at least one of the males doing so as well. Sometimes to completion. Sometimes they arrive long after they show up. There was a study in Tanzania on the social life of the giraffe, and in over 3,200 hours of observation, the team witnessed 17 instances of male-on-male mountings. The number of male-on-female, 1. So not only did 133 days of study amount...
Fucking girls, right? Gross. Picking fights with your bros and then fucking afterwards. That's where it is.
to witnessing a traditional giraffe couple
my
up
God.
once. The math means
First they play Smash Brothers and then they smash. They're brothers.
94% of the explicit long neck liaisons were between two males. That's how giraffes became the mascot of Brokeback Mountain, and you've had politicians get genuinely heated over the stretch neck sexuality. So are giraffes gay? Listen, I'm gonna give my non-expert online opinion and pray y'all don't kill me. A lot of animals will mount to flex dominance or to bond. Dogs do it, bison do it. Go to any locker room and you might see the football team doing it, and they say it's not gay. Male lions might be the most famous for doing it, but it's more social than sexual. Giraffe male mounting is likely for dominance, and that 94% is probably more about giraffes being rare to witness actually mating in the first place than 90% of giraffes just swinging the other way. I do think it's a little bit of putting human traits on an animal with no concept of gay. Like you gotta remember, we are the only species on Earth that goes out of its way to say pause. Giraffe don't give a well, they might give one. Jokes aside, male giraffes can mount each other without it being sensually explicit. The same way they can taste a female's bladder assets without, being into that. But with a giraffe, they might do gay but I don't mean gay. And that's on being an ally. But like I said, the kosher camel is so much weirder than you think, and that's not a joke. Giraffes are kosher, biblically accurate. Bet giraffe on that. How about the fact that we only just found out that there are actually 4 species of giraffes, and we only know that because a conservation group decided to test their DNA for funsies, and that test showed that the northern, southern, reticulated, and Maasai giraffes are all completely different species. In total, there are 7 subspecies of the giraffe. Some are endangered, some are critically endangered. See, now you done took the giraffes for granted. I bet they didn't even tell you that some are silently going extinct. Experts literally call it a silent extinction because while you weren't paying attention, the Kordofan giraffe is silently getting cancelled. And the Nubian about to be in past tense, which would be a shame because giraffes are like nothing on Earth. Which is another fact, giraffes have the strangest cousins. The pronghorn antelope is actually more of a giraffe, and the okapi was nature's first day using Microsoft Paint, and it's basically the giraffe of the jungle. They're just too weird to not get a video of their own. So that's gonna do it for this video. Drink water, hug your mother, touch grass, hug your father. If you're like me and giraffes dropping is your newest concern, I'm gonna be donating to the Giraffe Conservation Foundation. Link in the description if you'd like to as well. And I'ma see y'all.
Bro, I should probably donate to the Giraffe Conservation Foundation as well. Yeah, let's donate to Giraffe Conservation Foundation. I wonder if I have to adopt a giraffe. What the fuck? How do I adopt a giraffe? How much does it cost to adopt a giraffe? Giraffe certificate? What? Fuck. Okay. This one I can show you. Adopt a Giraffe program is an official giraffe adoption from the world's premier giraffe conservation organization. Our Adopt a Giraffe program allows you to follow the lives of a few selected desert-dwelling giraffe in Namibia's remote northwest and in the iconic Etosha National Park landscape. Our symbolic giraffe adoption packages are highly personalized Oh, it's like dating profiles. Oh, I have to find which one is the best giraffe. Why are they like this? Did a giraffe make this? Why are they like this? Why am I not allowed to see this? Why are they like this? Why is this mirrored? This was definitely designed by giraffes. How am I supposed to? Dobby? No, that's not a giraffe. That's a fucking thing. I don't want to adopt Dobby. Who is this? How do I... What the fuck? Am I crazy? Why are they like this? This was definitely designed by giraffes. Which one? Which one is May? That's Sha. Oh wait, is it? But I can't press the button. Which one is adopt? Let's click here. What? What the fuck? Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Adoption provides immediate funding. Adopting become a... This isn't like a subscription, right? Can I get a certificate? Official adoption certificate. Yeah, I can't afford like a big thing right now. But we could totally adopt it for bronze. I feel like this is like fate. Its name is May. Its name is May. Exhibits unshakable grace. Composed fluid rhythm across the landscape. Gives her a cheeky look. That's a good giraffe. Yeah, let's get this. For myself. International. Let's see how this it's loading. Oh, there we go. No, I don't need a fucking discount coupon for adopting. I'll do this on the other screen so that it... Oh yeah. It wants my billing address and stuff like that. Just a second. I mean, fucking, they're gonna they're gonna find it so funny. Region, Finland. Oh. Let's see. It's doing checkout now. Hell yeah. Order has been received. I wonder if I'll get like an email about it and my certificate. Welcome to the tower. You've officially adopted a giraffe. View your giraffe adoption portal. Hell yeah. My adoptions. Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh, look at that. Hell yeah. Very cool. I need to print that. I need to print that and put it on my wall and like frame it. That's awesome. Now this is a conservation effort that I'm more than willing to put some money into. This is a conservation effort that I'm willing to pay for. That very good. Very good. Yeah, my adoptions may we can sightings and photos. Live now, there's like a stream. I actually already have a really nice giraffe mug. So I don't need another one. These are pretty nice too. These wallpapers for sure. But I already have my own art and on my giraffe thing. But like how can I not adopt a giraffe whose name is May? How can I not adopt a giraffe whose name is May? I have to adopt it. I don't have any other choice. I have now adopted May the giraffe, and now we are friends. Very good. That was a good purchase. That was a good purchase. And a good video. Whoever submitted this is a fucking genie. Let's see who it was. Let's see who submitted it. See? This person. Yeah. Very smart. Very smart. That was a very good. There was a fucking like we need to get you I adopted. Okay, now I need to check if they have I need to check if they have that. Just a second. I need to go over on this side so that my email isn't leaked on stream. Giraffe adoption portal. I don't know if giraffes can really fit through a portal, but let's see. My adoptions. Let's see. Visit our store. They've got some good giraffe products here. Let's see. Yeah, keep calm, save a giraffe. That's a good shirt for sure. That's also a good. There's like very powerful shapes here. World Giraffe Day. That one's actually pretty cool. Having like a giraffe phone case would be pretty cool, but they're always only for iPhones. So I don't really care about that a whole lot because I don't really iPhone. This one is actually really cool. Very pretty Japanese style giraffe. I adopted a giraffe. There it is. The design is kind of boring, to be honest. I was hoping that it would be like cooler. It's like I guess it's like, you know, it's like a good thing. You've done a good thing, so you don't need to like be that like, bro, look at me, look at my fucking giraffe dick, all you fucking worms. I have a big ass giraffe dick, and I adopted a giraffe. So it's more like a subtle thing, for sure. Very cool. I will definitely print out my certificate. I might even send it to like a nicer print place where I can get it printed on like thicker paper. And I'll print it out for myself so that I can put it on my wall. That was a great purchase. I had no idea I can adopt a giraffe and that the giraffe's name would be me. Whoa. What? Nah. Very good. There's a lot of good giraffe products here. A lot of good giraffe products for sure. A lot of good giraffe art as well. This one's very nice. This one right here. It's like sort of stylized. Very cool. Oh, this one's actually really good too. I like that one for sure. as well. I just don't have any space for a mouse pad, so don't really benefit from it. They're very aesthetic animals. They have like this like silhouette that you can instantly know that it's a giraffe. So they're really good for like black and white photography. Also because of the pattern and stuff. Very cool. Well, I'm a proud adopter of a giraffe. So take that, idiots. Let's watch one more video at least today. It's already past 10, so it's already daily reset. So we have some funny cheeky business to do. Let me claim my daily goodies. Yeah, we have our dailies to do, which I will do here in a second. And then we'll do a little challenge thing as well. But let's watch one more video, because this was such a good video. I replaced my engine oil with cheese. I feel like that's a pretty powerful video. I don't know why you would do this, but I guess we can give it a go. And then we'll watch some more some other time. So yeah. There we go.
None of you have asked for this, but we're gonna be doing it. We're replacing the oil in a vehicle with cheese, and gourmet cheese. Check out this stuff. You know it's good.
Who pronounces it gourmet?
USA. Guaranteed to be mostly e-colorings and chemicals anyway.
Why
this
is this
basically is a lubricant.
This channel's name is Garbage Time.
Cheese way, water impossible. No tears for the vehicle that's gonna be sucking on this stuff. Yeah, well, this VW had a tree fall on it. Yeah, and it wasn't good even before the tree fell, as we're finding out. It's got so much bog and the rest of it in it. But yeah, oh gosh, those wheels are so bad. The reason why I've got this one, it was part of a package deal. So, spoilers, I have 3 of these, soon to be 2, and I couldn't take the other 2 unless I took all of them, and all of them included this one. And it's already got some heck.
Like, I don't really understand anything about cars, but isn't just if you put the bad thing into the like the oil hole, if you put the bad thing in the oil hole, the car just doesn't start, right? Or just like blow up or something.
In top end noise, it's got some other issue. I mean, the interior is foul. I'm not even gonna open it. It's mold, it's rat smell. It's like there's no saving this thing. This gross pig is off to the scrappers anyway. So let's just put some cheese in it. But the thing is, it's not liquid sounding.
Oh.
What? It's like custard.
It is.
Here in Australia, we don't do this stuff. I'm gonna. We don't do this stuff here in Australia.
That
We
looks
make
kind of
nachos,
disgusting.
But we use real cheese. You know, when I was in Canada, seeing this stuff just in the pump bottle, it's what gave me the inspiration for this. Never tried this stuff before. Oh, okay. Weird. Nah, that's not for me. Let's see how it fares as an engine lubricant.
We're gonna have to heat it up.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to heat that.
We're gonna
Engine
have to heat it
oil?
up.
Wow. Does it even jiggle?
Engine oil? So what is
Microwave
engine
on.
oil? He said engine lubricant. Is its purpose to lube up the engine? Why would it lube up the engine? Hello, Val. We are learning about what happens if you replace your engine oil with cheese. Important stuff. I also adopted a giraffe. And the giraffe's name was May. So, take that.
Point. I mean, I don't know. It's no dirtier than the ones I use at home. Oh yeah. Come on, we've all had these mornings. Maybe not this color, or maybe this color. Please see a doctor. Oh, we're gonna have to scrape all this out.
Okay, well,
Ooh,
I guess
it's
we'll see.
happened.
That looks
And here it
absolutely
is.
disgusting.
Wow. That's crazy. I don't want to shame people who are into this stuff. I'm a trash food enjoyer, quite partial to hot dogs. But yeah, that ain't right. It's just seeing this much quote cheese. I mean, wasting food isn't cool, but like, this barely counts as food. This is the beautiful lump that's gonna be gargling the stinking nacho.
No, don't call it
but as soon as it
gargling.
hits the microwave, and I'm not even confident that it's even gonna change texture. I bet it's got so many preservatives and stability whatevers to keep it that consistency at all the time. But it's gotta go right from the microwave, right down its throat, and then we're gonna get going straight up. And yes, it does have coolant in it, because when we did the Vegemite, it seized up because it was out of coolant and got hot. But no, there's coolant in this, which is gonna give the cheese a good chance. Oh, you think the head
The
gas
fact
is
that
going?
they've already tried Vegemite
It
is
does look like
crazy.
it's got exhaust gases in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and all my Chris is here because yeah, we got the A team today. Easy. No sadness for this motor. It's junk. Yeah, we can't get to the oil bit.
There we go.
Oh, good one. Well, this is unassuming.
How many minutes does it take to cook?
This is a normal American breakfast, by the way. This is food. Like, we're not doing anything wrong here. Yeah, get going.
They're so excited about putting it in the microwave.
60% chance it doesn't change. Could be the metal fragments in that ice cream container.
Yeah,
Better not.
it's yeah, knowing that it's American cheese, then yeah, absolutely. It's probably something that is legally distinct cheese, so it's not actually cheese.
Go like boonk, and give a big
Cheese-like
pop.
substance.
Because it's gonna
Cheese
grenade this
replacement.
microwave. We'll never get the stink out of it.
Oh, that's rank, actually.
It smells just like it tastes.
It's gonna smell so bad in the end.
You got better gloves than that to handle the napalm? This will burn to your bones.
Probably, but
Ooh.
nah, it's barely warm.
Okay.
Alrighty,
Alright.
yeah, let it roll. This plastic cheese kind of product just ain't for me.
Can't do it.
I'm a big cheese man. I'll ruin my life with cheese, but not this cheese. Could we give it a jiggle? See if we're making progress? The same.
It's still like tilted on an angle. It hasn't like
Is it-
softened at all.
Is it warm? Burning on the edge though? Getting some color.
Oh, it is too.
You think it's gonna bake and then
Oh,
naturally get the
that
look?
looks-
might have to
that
go
doesn't
in.
look
I'm
good.
gloveless here. Oh, I mean, we're getting some steam.
It's tippier at the edges.
It's the same.
Yeah.
I don't think its consistency
No,
is gonna
it's not
change
hot.
even if you
not hot.
heat it up.
Well, it's just burning the outside.
No, it's barely warm. We're just gonna have to stir it every now and again.
Is
and
it
keep going.
supposed to be
Alright, we'll put it
like
in for 10
dipping
minutes, and then
sauce
let's
for
just
like
walk away
nachos
'cause
or
we're
something?
crying. It's sad. It knows it's going to the bin. James wants big funnel, but there's no big funnel space, so James is making big funnel space.
This is why I don't have a car, because this is how I would probably fix it too.
Oh, it's actually cooking along the outside. Oh man, this thing's holding its texture so hard. It's starting to burn on the outside.
You know, I'll happily fish my hands around the bottom of a filthy oil pan, but I don't want to touch it.
Is it even going through? You might have to lift it up a little bit.
I think it is.
Is it?
I think it is.
I bet you it's not.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's already
Oh
full.
no, but how do we get it into the engine?
No, it's
more?
going in. It's going in.
Is it?
Let's get a bit of airflow going. Maybe.
Oh, that's what it
Oh
needs.
no, it's gonna break. Oh, okay. Oh, it's tough.
Plastic parts,
What
gross.
if- Oh, I can smell the fumes coming out of there.
What
so
if
go
I
on
get
in.
the vacuum cleaner
Yeah,
and
go on.
attach it to
I
the
can
Yeah,
imagine
suck
that
it in.
it probably
Suck
smells
it in.
awful.
Oh, that's our good vac. If we get cheese through the vacuum, I'm gonna be upset.
Nah.
Oh.
You got the job already.
Ooh,
What a party.
okay.
You gotta check our cheese levels.
I don't think it's gonna be on it. Any on it.
I think you're right. I think it's.
I don't think we're gonna see it. Nope.
Oh no. Where is it then? It went in there.
I don't think it made it to the sub.
Well, let's fire it up and see if the oil light goes off.
I don't think it's gonna. Well,
It's
just gonna-
cooling as we speak.
Yeah,
We gotta go. Where's the oil light on this?
Let's have a look.
All right,
Oh,
do
no.
it.
Oh,
Come on.
it's already mad.
The oil light goes off though.
James, is the cap on the engine?
Yeah.
Why is it so mad already?
Yeah.
There's no oil light
No
yet.
oil light.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, we didn't change the oil out of the filter, so it's running on a little bit.
I'm not convinced that it has oil pressure.
No, surely not. I love the little rev counter.
I'm not convinced the oil light works.
The engine's going to get hotter than the microwave, so it might actually go nice and runny. Right, we're away. This is an engine with cheese all through it. Can't wait to see under the valve cover. I know. That's what I'm keen for. Yeah, I reckon we let it warm up a bit before we start hammering on it, because then the cheese might actually move a bit. We don't have an oil light yet?
No.
That's madness!
That's crazy.
That's madness! It's always had that lifter tick, by the way.
Always being the half a day that it's actually been running, yeah.
There's bubbles coming out the coolant. I can hear more bottom end.
That's not bottom end.
There's the tick, but there's another.
Yeah, but that's like piston slap or something. That's not bottom end noise.
Cheese slap. I swear it's getting noisier.
Seems like head gasket. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
It got quieter.
And when it got quieter, then more bubbles came out.
Yeah, she got better. So there it is, everyone. Put cheese in your engine. Oh, the temperature.
So
Oh
Block's
no.
nice and warm.
block's 91 degrees.
Already, valve cover's catching up. Intake's nice and cool.
Exhaust's hot.
No, what? That's weird.
Yeah, the radiator's still cold.
Yeah.
Wow! We got full cheese pressure, basically.
Yeah.
So, right on. Nothing on the dipstick, though, which is concerning.
Oh.
We get... We got cheese on the dipstick! We got a cheese stick. Yeah, that's petrochemical.
Oh, that sounds like it's
Petro-cheese.
absolutely
Petro-cheese.
disgusting.
Thermostat open. Yeah, we're getting warm now.
Yes, this is happening.
Yep.
I like the color it is.
It's standing still.
It is.
Cheese pressure.
Cheese is slippery. Yeah, I think we're almost ready to put a few revs into it.
Yeah.
It's raining. Wow, it's raining.
Rev limit.
Wow.
When is it gonna explode?
Amazing.
I mean, there's smoke coming out of
The
it.
teller lasted 20 seconds without any revs at all. No.
It's just glowing. Oh. It's spilling. What does it mean when it's spilling? That's probably not a good thing.
It doesn't sound any worse than it did. Let's check the cheese stick.
Oh, I hear it bubbling in there.
It's looking good.
That's bubbling in here.
Oh, that's that bubbling.
Oh, that's a bouquet. Sounds no different. Wow. And oil light, good?
Fine.
Wow. It's doing so good, we're going to actually shut it off. Yeah, do it. Right? I mean, because we got to put more coolant in it. It's just pissing it out everywhere. But maybe like a cold
Is it
cheese
like boiling
start is
over?
gonna get it really nice and chewy. It's
Is
running
that why?
way
Is
too
that why
good.
it's coming out?
Way too good. Not even the oil light's coming on. It's insane.
I'm certain it's done a head gasket.
She's getting nice and warm.
I'm certain this thing's done a head gasket.
That's bubbling. What's the cheese doing? Yeah, this motor's bad, everyone. Like, no tears. This is the perfect candidate for this kind of treatment.
The radiator's warm.
Yeah,
Not as hot as the hose, though.
We haven't even had the thermo fan come on though.
No.
That's true.
Wonder if the thermostat stuck.
It's not really that hot in the. I don't know. I mean, still.
Where's the upper hose and where's the lower hose?
Oil and the cheese are separating.
Separating.
Yeah. Wow.
I think the oil from the cheese itself is keeping this thing alive.
It's greasy stuff.
It is.
What have you discovered with the oil light?
So even without the engine running, the oil light goes out. So I don't know if we have a working oil pressure sensor.
I mean, Volkswagen's known to lie about elements of their engines being proper, so...
Yeah, I do have a check engine light. I don't know if that was on before.
No, surely it'll come on.
It'll go away when it
Yeah.
starts.
That's the starter motor.
Yeah, it's fine.
They're not even engine codes. It sounds exactly the same. The actual issue is that it's probably got a head gasket and it's boiling off all of its water. Yeah. James, you're a water reservoir. Do we just let it run out of water at this point? Oh, look at it push it all out. That's Nescafe Brown. That's exhaust coming out, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
There you go, studying mechanics. This is what a head gasket
I can
looks
imagine
like.
that
Cheese is
whatever
oil.
warehouse this is filmed
Cheese
in,
is
it
oil.
smells
So
absolutely
yeah, that's why your
horrifying.
poos are so runny the next morning. It's a lubricant. But if you eat a regular block of cheddar cheese, man, that will firm you up hard. Oh yeah, look for the blow by.
Oh,
Wow.
I mean,
yeah, it's got some blow-by.
That's all from it being dumped in and not going anywhere.
it seems to be doing pretty well.
Cheese flying out.
Or
so it has to be
cheese.
popping in there.
Let's just leave it off. No, let's just enjoy the spectacle. Like it's regular car ailment is what's really hanging it up. I wouldn't mind seeing a rev because I want to see how much cheese it blows out of its cheese hole.
It's surprisingly not the hose. That thing is going crazy though.
It's blowing out the reservoir more than anything. Oh, that's not cooling anymore. The eggnog at this point, we were getting bottom end knockage of misery.
Not caring at all.
No. Yeah, so the coolant's not circulating? You think the thermostat's all blocked up?
Thermostat's closed, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Stuck.
Yeah, so it's not even cycling
Okay.
the coolant through itself.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just boiling it all off.
Yeah, I think we just seal that up at this point. I
gonna
mean,
blow
that'll
up.
be the real test of the cheese.
It'll piss out it'll come out of the leak that it's got there.
Yeah, but the cheese is fine. Cheese is hanging out.
It is, yep.
It has not gotten any worse.
No.
Like,
And I think it's running smoother than it did. when it
yeah,
first got it.
yeah. It's like what grade of oil would this be? Like
grade of oil?
150 W200 or something?
Brie W50?
Brie W50. Yeah, 'cause, I mean, it's almost like axle oil because you need a spoon to heave it out, right? That manky looking cheese hole. Yeah, it's still yellow.
It's hot. It's hot.
Well, yeah. It's kind of there.
It's going somewhere. I mean, it was getting hard on the sides of the ice cream container in a microwave.
I was kind of thinking that the heat would like
you know,
make
engine
it
block is
cool
much
on.
hotter. Yeah, I guess we're up to the just keep the foot in it.
Till it goes.
When the coolant's gone, the coolant's gone. Let me put a face shield on so I can be safely near this thing. No!
Okay, smoke is coming out. Probably not a good thing. Okay, more smoke is coming out. Is that exhaust from... I would imagine that that's probably not good if it's coming out like that into the air. Oh, now it's turning brown.
Oh, the oil light's on! The cheese is no longer getting pressure. Get your foot in it.
I mean, is there even any left? It's just flying out. This is absolutely nightmarish. I don't really understand anything about cars, but even I can tell that this is probably not good for the car. Which I'm assuming is the purpose of the video. I need to look at more videos from this channel. This is fucking nonsense. This is like the like really good sort of second screen content when you're like playing a video game or something. And you're like doing some really boring grind or something. And you need something to watch on the side.
Wow, look at this volcano of cheese smoke. Wow!
Still going.
Crank it, what does she do? Oh, we've lost compression on a cylinder.
Give it 30 seconds to cool off.
Oh, man. Oh, party foul.
The engine light came on halfway through that.
Go for it.
that their fire alarm going off? Yeah, like I would imagine that like they have to have like gas masks on or something. This is crazy. There's so much exhaust smoke. These guys are gonna get like some fucking turbo cancer from this shit.
That was the block! That was the block! It definitely went!
You can't even see anything because of all the smoke.
Yay! Nice one! Oh, I got sprayed, bro! Look at this face shield! That's why I was wearing it.
My chin feels wet, if it makes you feel any better.
It doesn't. I only care about me. Oh, the farmer's technique. You like hyenas into a corpse.
Poor car. Getting its organs harvested. After being forced through a torturous experience of absolutely horrifying.
Someone put cheese in this motor.
Ah,
no wonder it's all
that's
messed up.
disgusting.
You gotta talk to that guy you bought this off.
Him? Oh, gooey.
Oh, cam's fine.
It is actually.
No wear there.
That's fine.
Single
Yeah.
cam life.
I love the chunks of cheese that survive.
You know. Oh my god.
The dipstick's gone dry. Whoa, pull that out. That's epic.
Careful, that's gonna be hot.
Whoa, that's epic. Oh, the momentum to pull that off is insane. Nah, that's a keeper. Oh, bring it over.
Ugh,
Dry.
poor
Oh, that
car.
was hot.
What kind of video? Do they all just make car videos? I guess they're all car videos on their channel. I was hoping that they're gonna just do crazy shit in their garage, but I guess they're all car things. I don't really... I mean, these ones are obviously, like, pretty funny. But I don't really understand much about cars myself. So I feel like I'm probably not really the target audience, but... I guess these chaos videos I might look at some point, for sure. That was a good video. That was a good video. Maybe don't suggest more of these because I feel like they're probably kind of the same after you've done. Except unless a car actually explodes. If it explodes, then we can maybe look at it. But if it doesn't explode, then we're probably not gonna look at it. But that was an interesting video for sure. Now, I have my funny cheek game over here. We're gonna do a little bit of cheeking. And then if we have some time, we can watch some more funny videos. At least like one more funny video. But the daily reset has happened, so... And there's this one thing... Oh, it's still very quiet. Oh, I can't hear anything, actually. I wonder why it's completely quiet. Check sound, mixer options. Wonder if it has something to do with the fact that it's like on emulator. Maybe it is. Or maybe I went into the options and turned down all the sounds. Nope. They're fine. Well. At least I don't hear anything. Yeah. Well, that's very strange. Let me put some kind of background music where I'm gonna talk over this anyway, so I guess it's fine that we don't hear the whatchamacallit? all the time. This one seems good. Let's get this. There we go. Now it's on topic. Because it's unlike an Android emulator, so I wonder if it's because of that it doesn't play the sound correctly on stream. I don't really know. Either way, there was a fucking betting thing here that I think round 1 has happened. So you can bet some gold and see. Oh, okay. So I won the first one. God damn. Oh, I can actually play it. But round 2 they lost. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they did win. They did win. Very good. Oh, there's some more story. I'm gonna look at this on my phone. But there's a thing that hopefully. Oh, these are, I guess, the next match people. Let's actually. I need to actually do some voting. So there's like these fucking stupid weekend events where where like it's just nonsense happening. And I guess now we're betting who will win. What do you guys think? Who will win? This one girl with the knives or these two? I definitely think it's definitely these two. There's no way this one idiot is gonna win, right? 135. There's two 135s. These two are strong against each other. There's no way she's gonna be able to match with these two. I mean, she does have Dragonlight Sword, but still though, there's two of them. We have a support. And she's got her full yearning too. There's no way. There's no way that this idiot would win. It has to be this one. Okay. So she has her yearning. I don't think these guys would have any chance of winning against these guys. Because her superpowers, she's really strong when she's in a yellow team. And that's actually what we're gonna try to do today, is so there's this thing. I'm not gonna do all my dailies on stream because it's not super interesting to watch me just click sweep and then it automatically fights for me. But there's this thing called the dig site. And this is a thing that doesn't have a currency. Like you can keep trying it as much as you like. And my favorite type, these enemies are just called furries, by the way, which is very appropriate. My favorite type is yellow, which is positive type, because the FedEx girl is there, and Ui, who is my favorite, is also here. She's a positivity girl on top of a frog. But I don't have any of the good yellow team guys. But you can get a free yellow team gacha ticket that is guaranteed to be a 3-star if I win this round. But the issue is that if you can see down there, the expected, like, the power level of the enemies is 455,000 and mine is 355,000 because I don't have any of the good yellow guy. I just have this stupid ass bee. The stupid ass bee, he's 2 stars. He's shit. So if I manage to win this, then I can get a free 3-star yellow guy. And I'm fingers crossed for one of the good ones that I don't have. So what we're gonna try to do is beat this one round, even though I'm super underleveled. And if we do, then I'm gonna roll the gacha for one character, and we'll keep our fingers crossed for someone really good. So the way this basically works, it's a very simple game. Is the characters, they fight by themselves, and the only thing that I can control is their super attacks when they attack their super attacks. And then I can reinforce them with these cards that are randomly drawn. So there is a random chance of how powerful my characters can get before the fight. And I'm super under-leveled for this. So it might take a couple attempts to get like good RNG. But these ones have like different, like if you click on here, it tells you attack increase, critical rate, and these passive effects and stuff like that. So we're gonna definitely take Alice's fake magic. Out of these, so the situation is that my characters, I don't have a single good DPS character here. She's a healer. She's like a support, but she's our like pseudo DPS right now because she's the only one who can deal consistent damage here right now. So she's like a pseudo DPS. And these two are tanks, and these two are complete fucking trash. I haven't like leveled them up at all because they are just a waste of money to invest in right now. So these four are like our only hope of clearing this, and they are defensive. They won't die. They are above the skill, like the equipment level of this fight. But the issue is that the party doesn't have any damage. So we're gonna have to optimize damage as much as we can. Fatal Charm increases damage. Sword and Staff, we're gonna give it to Ui, even though it's suggesting it to give it to those. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna give this to her as well. It's more power. More of this. We're gonna give it to her, so that we have a little bit more distribution here. This one's also good, especially for Celine, who is right here, because it gives you 4 SP whenever SP is their super attack gauge. When their super attack gauge fills up, they can do a power attack, and her normal attack hits twice, so she gains 8 every time she attacks. So she's pretty good. Critical damage we can just give to this one. Vanguard is like, that's 5%, 4%. That's not really good, but I guess it's better than nothing. Lucid Dream is not good for this because it's just defense. Cheer Up is okay. Get Her. So this one right here, if we can pull Get Her multiple times during this thing, then it's like a much higher chance to be able to successfully beat this shit. Because Get Her just gives everyone 15% more damage, which is a lot. And you can stack it. And it only costs 11 like currency. We have this like currency that drains every time we choose, depending the cost is dependent on how powerful the thing is. This one is really cheap because it only gives the characters this power up for 1 round. But because in this mode there is only 1 round, it gives it for the whole fight, so it's really, really powerful in this play mode. So we're always gonna get her if we can. I think we're gonna have to drop it here because it's gonna do more there. Oh, another get her, nice. So we have 2 right now. These guys are gonna die probably immediately. Let's see what the layout of the enemies is. Okay, it's the worst kind. So the 2 tank bears is really bad. I'm gonna try to overwhelm them with all the supers we can, but the furry in the middle is a problem. And these things, they're healers, I think, as well. And there's a time limit. So we're gonna run out of time. Yeah. Okay, so they actually do so much damage already that they can actually take out my team. Okay. So I actually need to figure this out a little bit. It was close. There was only a couple of them left, and they didn't have super high health. So I feel like it's probably possible to clear this. But we're gonna need to get a little bit lucky. Hopefully these 2 won't die like immediately, and she can't die immediately because she's actually the best healer in the group. She's like super under geared, so she's not ready for this shit. But her healing is percentage based, so she's okay. She does heal these guys a lot. But her super attack causes her to drive back and forth, which puts her at harm's way, which easily kills her. So she's kind of RNG. Let's see if we can get more get hers, maybe. Okay, Jade Codex is good. We're gonna give it to her. Get her, always get her. These are all kind of bad. Let's random coin to... Yeah. Alice's fake magic is good because it gives SP recovery. Healing pendant, I guess we could give it to her. And this one as well to Ui. Okay, none of these are particularly good, to be honest. But we have to focus a little bit more on defense now, too. This one to her. Oh, another get her, yes. Chalice of Origins. Do we want another one? I think we already have one on her. We're gonna use the strawberry capsule to just skip. Cheer Up was critical hit rate. This one's attack speed, but it costs less. Let's get that one for now. This one doesn't really do anything. I think we need another Vanguard. Alice's fake magic again. I wish I had the personality card for this type, but I don't. And now we are struggling for sure because the only person who has any good items is Ui and Celine, which is not really good. I don't think this is gonna be a good run by any means. Yeah, she takes a lot of damage from that, but we managed to... Okay, yeah, so the yeah, so the back row is the problem for sure. Okay, back row is down. How much health does... Oh! Get fucked. Yeah! Nice! Okay! Very good. So, if you sort of, like, let the super attacks all come off of cooldown, even if the enemy team has healers, you can usually overwhelm them with damage if you burst all the super attacks in a row. So, even with my super underleveled guys, I managed to still beat them. And now, we can do a single roll at Gacha, but it's a guaranteed 3-star. So, this should be good. Let's see. Let's go build it first. We have to first build it. Let's claim some fees. Thank you. And we have to make these robots build these tickets for us. This one. And then 3 of these. So we can get 3 normal rolls that are guaranteed to be positive type. And 1 guaranteed 3-star. So now let me show you guys what we want here. This one is the top pick. She's a unicorn. She's great, and she's really strong. But she's super hard to pull because she's one of the super powerful rare characters. Butter is also okay. She's an idiot. She's probably based on Korone from Hololive. She has a very similar disposition. And also just the energy, I guess. I really want her. She's one of my favorites. She's one of my absolute favorites. She's such a dumbass looking stupid freak. And I really want her. She's also super strong. We don't want this one. This one is the one that we don't want, and she's crying because she knows that she's fucking useless. So I don't really care much for her. If we get one of these 3, it's celebration time. But you can also get duplicates. So if we get a duplicate, that's kind of unfortunate. The only one that I would be okay with getting a duplicate is Ui. If we get a duplicate for her, that's fine. Because she's super good. She's like one of the best characters in the game, probably for a long time. Okay. Let's see. Let's do the 3 normal ones first. Fingers crossed, it's 3% chance. Come on! No! Shit! Okay, nothing good. Okay, this one's the big one. Fingers crossed. Okay. Come on. Oh, it's a new one? It's a new one? Please not Kanna. Oh! Ah! Oh! Yes! Very good. Yes! Very good! Very good! Yes! She's one of my absolute... I love her. She's so fucking... Like, she's about to cry when you pull her cheek. Oh my god, she's so cute. I love her. Very good. I've been hoping to get her for so long. I'm so happy I got her. I love her. Hell yeah. Okay! Very cool. Let's check her right away. There she is. She is a super good. She makes like clones because she's a ninja, and even though she's a DPS, she can act as like a sub tank almost because the clones are really tanky. Very cool. Okay, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Let me rank her up right away. Now I'm one step closer to finally getting my yellow team in shape. Now I just need the unicorn and this Butter. Her name's Butter, which is a tragic name, but Epica is a fucking awesome name. It's a very epic name. Very epic. Yeah, this is so when I was in Japan, I got these fucking wild ads for this shit on my phone when I was watching YouTube. And the ads are like brain rot. They're just brain rot. And they make like, they don't have the logo of the game or anything in them. They're just like fucking complete nonsense. They're like they're like anti-ads. And I started seeing them a lot because the Japanese community keeps reposting them and they're super like memetic. And then I looked into it and I found that it's a gacha game where, first of all, it's super casual, so you don't need to pay for it. But it's super fucking cute. It's just like all the characters are super fucking cute. And that's what makes it so much better than your average gacha game where, like, the thing is that I don't mind if I get anyone new. Like, they're all like funny. Like, look at her. Look at her. How do you not like her? She's fucking stupid looking. She's fucking nonsensically stupid looking. What's there not to like? It's like the perfect game for me. Having something to sort of like idle play on my phone while I work and stuff like that is like it makes me feel like I still have time to play video games when I don't. So yeah. But Momo is fantastic. I'm so excited for her. I'm so excited for her. She's a squirrel. She's a squirrel beastkin, werebeast. The werebeasts are like these animal girls. So that's awesome. That is super cool. I'm gonna start working her up to the same level as Ui. And then I'll have three characters in the yellow. So yellow is my favorite color. As you can see here, my red team is currently my strongest. I have 5 really strong red guys. But the issue is that I like Chloe. She's very cute. Like, look at how she's stomping around when you pull on her cheek. And Nair, she's a racist priestess. She's really funny as well, and she's just the most offensive character. It's a Korean game. So it's not as polite as Japanese games. Like, Japanese games usually have the waifus be like perfect, but in this one they're all kind of offensive one way or another. But I only really like these 2. These 3 are like okay. Alice is kind of cute. I like her. She's pretty smug. But I don't really like her like a shitload. She's like a dragon girl with a big greatsword, and I like greatswords, but she's like not smug enough for me. So I don't really care that much for her. And this one, like, she's like a grandma, and her back hurts all the time. And I have never been like that much into like the super responsible types. When it comes down to these kinds of looking, I want them to look like this idiot right here. This is like an optimal character. This is like a perfect character right here. Like you can tell that there's absolutely nothing going on in her head. There is nothing happening in there. It's just fucking empty. So that's why I like her. And this one is the yellow type has like the best ones. Epica is like out of these is still one of the ones that I really want. I can't pull her cheek because I haven't unlocked her yet. But Butter I don't honestly care that much for. She's just really strong. She has a really strong passive skill. But Epica is the one that I like really want. But Momo is fantastic. I'm very happy that I got Momo. Very cool. Okay. Fantastic. Wait, what is going on here? Team support record. Oh, I get more money? Oh, hell yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. This mode is so good. It's like a weekend event and it gives you a massive amount of money, which is great. Send all the friends the points. And this is my house. It's not very cool looking yet because I haven't been able to afford a lot of like really nice furniture and stuff. This is my maid. She's fucking cute as shit. And she walks in rhythm to the music of the game, which is fantastic. And if you click here, she cleans all the rooms of everyone and you get a bunch of like all of your friend list rooms, and as you can see you get a shitload of rewards for it. So she's really useful. But I really like her. She's so fucking cute. Everything in this game is so fucking cute. And we need to invite into here Chopin. She's one of my favorites. And also the squirrel, Momo, because she's also one of my favorite. I actually need to add her to my favorite characters. They get like a little power boost if they're your favorites. This is one of my pets. It's a little bunny. Let's see here. Chopin, Momo. You are one of my favorites for sure. Yes. Momo. She's like the fucking Degozaru type of character. She's so fucking strong. I'm gonna pull her cheek. There we go. Okay. She's absolutely one of my favorites. So now we have 2 of those. My favorites don't come easy. I'm very strict with them. But those 2 are some ones that I've wanted for a long time. Especially Momo. I'm super happy that I got her. The other stuff, I don't think I have anything that is like sort of timed that I need to do like right now. I'm just gonna do them after stream, I think. There isn't. I'm not gonna waste any resources by doing that. I don't think these pets have done their jobs yet. No. Just get these carrots. This thing. This fucking freak right here. I fucking want her, but she's not available right now. I have enough. Let me actually do this before I forgo. There's these fishing rods that I need to buy 15 of. Purchase. There we go. And that allows me to manage farm? No. Upgrade level. Yeah, level up. There we go. So now I can send multiple pets, even one more pet to work. I guess we'll just do this guy since he's got kindness at sea, and he can be there for 22 hours. It's fine. There we go. Very cool. Okay. Everything else here is stuff that I can do later, so I don't need to do it right now. So I'm just gonna close this down, and we're gonna watch a couple more, maybe one more, maybe 2 more funny videos. Thank you for indulging me on my funny cheek game. It's nice that you can play it on the PC because it's so HD and all their cheeks are pullable. Even this guy who has her cheek like it's poking out from behind the fucking mask because she's got such a fucking stupidly big cheek. Very cool. Okay. That's enough for me of that. Now, let's watch one more funny video. All Tomorrows, a comedic summary. Am I supposed to know what All Tomorrows is? Let's see. What is this? It's only 9 minutes. Does it tell me what All Tomorrows is first? Does it give me like a summary of what's going on?
Sometime in the nondescript future, humanity terraformed and colonized the planet Mars, which apparently was super duper easy once.
Yeah, no, but like, what is All Tomorrows? Comedic summary. Anyone in chat? What is All Tomorrows? Does anyone know what All Tomorrows is? Is it like a book or a movie or something like that? It's a huge sci-fi speculative evolution thing. Oh. Okay. So it's like a theory. What is All Tomorrows? Okay. Okay. So, is it this one? It's a book. It seems to be a book, right? Yeah, it's a book. Billionaire Chronicle of the Myriad Species and Mixed Fortunes of Man, work of science fiction and speculative evolution, written and illustrated by Turkish artist. It explores a hypothetical future path of human evolution set from the near future to a billion years from the present. Several future human species evolved through natural means and through genetic engineering inspired by the science fiction works of Ola Stapledon and Edward Gibbon's The History of the Decline and the Fall of the Roman Empire. Is this like a parody, or is this like a serious thing? I guess it's like a serious thing. We'll give it a peek. But since I haven't read the book, I don't know if I'm the target audience. How an alien race evolved humans into wild shit out of spite.
Our tribalistic nature. But as Mars grew more technologically advanced, eventually surpassing the Earthlings back home, the Earthlings in question decided to give the whole tribalism thing another go, kicking off an all-out space war. This space war between Earth and a newly independent Mars lasted generations and killed billions, until the survivors eventually realized that maybe an insecurity complex isn't worth the mass interplanetary extinction of all of humanity. Ideally, they would have reached that conclusion a little bit earlier, but hey, they got there in the end and called a ceasefire. Now back to being friends, the Earthlings and Martians did what all friends do and underwent a series of severe genetic modifications to celebrate. This resulted in the Star People, a new species of humanity handcrafted with tender love and care to be perfectly modified for space colonization. And of course, amid their many modifications, by far the most...
So, the thing is that, like, if this is like a depiction of a Star People, I don't know, like, realistically, if we think about, like, humanity is probably not going to survive a billion years into the future. Maybe it will. But in the imaginary prospect that it does, it's hard to imagine that they would still be thinking like this. Is this supposed to be happening like it said that the book is like a billion years in the future, so are we a billion years in the future and we have evolved out of vanity, but we haven't evolved out of tribalism? It seems a little bit weird, like unbelievable.
important was the advent of their grass skirts. Impeccable fashion sense aside.
Because, like, humans are a very, very, very vain species, and we specifically, like, select especially in, like, how people breed and propagate is based on their vanity points, which is, like, their appearance, like, how pretty they are. To make the claim that in a billion years people will look like that, is very strange to me, because that's like a very ugly look for today's me. Obviously, a billion years, a lot of things can change, and I guess the aesthetic standards might change as well, but it's hard to imagine that that's how it will be. It's very, very hard to imagine that that's how it actually would
These
be.
stellar explorers were able to terraform and colonize countless planets all across the galaxy. During their travel, they no doubt discovered many strange and interesting things, but perhaps the strangest and most interesting were the fossils on a particular alien world. Amidst the remains of countless unfamiliar creatures was this weird-looking bird thing with gnarly claws, believed to be a direct descendant of this weird-looking bird thing with gnarly claws. The bird in question is a long-extinct dinosaur that evolved back on Earth. Problem is, Earth is currently several hundred light years away. So how'd this thing get here? Well, some people assume that Jesus must have put it there. The leading theory was that a group of intelligent, ancient aliens must have abducted some of Earth's animals and left them all over the galaxy for some reason. But regardless, humanity didn't know what to expect, so they armed themselves for a potential conflict. But unfortunately, nothing could have possibly prepared them for the giant evil space bugs that were about to wreck their day. The Ku are a bunch of sociopathic butterflies with a passion for genetic malpractice and years of experience. And not only that, but they're just plain rude. I mean, when they meet humanity for the first time, they don't say hello, they don't shake their hands, they don't even ask their names. Instead, they just horribly mutate their feeble forms into a series of terrible monstrosities. Such as the Worm People, a group of humans forced to burrow through the dirt of a sun-baked planet. You know.
I mean, to be fair, when humans find new species of animals and stuff like that, they're gonna fucking experiment the shit out of them as well. So I think that's fair. If they have the power to do that over humanity, I would imagine that another species would do that.
Kinda like a worm. Then we have the Lopsiders and the Tempters, both of which are just kinda sad. But the trophy for saddest guy has got to go to the Colonials. Descendants of a particularly resilient group, they were able to defend themselves against 2 subsequent attacks, but were overpowered by the 3rd. As punishment, not only were they transformed into a living, breathing sewage system, but they were forced to keep their eyes and wrinkly brains so they could fully process what they were forced to do. Yeah, I think the Ku needs to see a therapist. But by that same token, a lot of post-humans were actually taking it pretty easy, such as the hedonists, who were used as luxury pets and given a plentiful garden planet to reproduce and play on. Or the mantelopes, who were not only allowed to keep their intelligence, but also given an incredible photographic memory, essentially being used as a biological scheduling program. And believe me, I know I'm about to get yelled at in the comments for putting these undeniably tragic figures in the taking it easy camp, but I'd still say that being sad and bored is better than getting hunted down by other humans or being an actual literal toilet. Meanwhile, we have the Spacers, a group of interstellar yogis.
If you go on like for affinity, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who would be really happy to be a toilet.
From the looks of things, spend a lot of money on hair gel. Surprisingly, despite their somewhat unsettling appearance, these anime cosplayers are the only human survivors of the Ku's millennia-long campaign, hiding out in desolate space stations and hollowed-out asteroids as their bodies adapted to their weightless conditions. But all was not lost for the humans that failed to escape, for shortly thereafter, keeping true to their sociopathic tendencies, the Ku packed up and left without so much as a see you later, leaving the countless ruined humans to fend for themselves. Without the constant supervision of the Ku, many post-humans were driven to extinction, such as the Striders, who were, tragically, slaughtered by a bunch of giant chickens. And those who survived were forced to evolve, oftentimes regaining their intelligence in the process. Remember the worm people? Well, they got an upgrade, and now they're the snake people. A few other examples include the Pterosapiens, the Killer Folk, and a personal favorite of mine, the Tool Breeders. Having evolved underwater, they were unable to invent fire or electricity, so instead they bred their livestock to serve the same purpose.
Wait. Why can't they invent the electricity? There's fucking electric eels out there. What's the difference? Why can't we have electricity underwater? I don't see why they are like exclusive. Like, why do they exclude each other?
That uses its color-changing skin as a television screen. And if that's a little too crazy for you, then I guess you better skip ahead, because it's about to get a whole lot crazier. You see, when they eventually got sick of their home world, they just grew a spaceship out of animal parts and then flew away inside of a living spaceship. It's like a cow, but instead of producing milk, it pokes holes in the ozone layer. Well, you know, more so than usual. Then there's the asymmetrical people, who were specifically designed by their lopsided ancestors to explore the stars. In response, they ruthlessly slaughtered their creators for no discernible reason. Which is, you know, kinda evil? I mean, the Altabaros community is always talking about how terrible the Gravital and the Coup are, but what about these absolute goobers that killed their parents just because they were kinda ugly? Where's the justice? Anyway, Adolf Jr. over here wasn't the only post-human exploring the stars. In truth, the vast majority had left their homeworlds in pursuit of new horizons. Along the way, they made contact with one another and made something of an intergalactic alliance. Some post-humans, like the aptly named Bug-Facers, opted out of this alliance, but the
Why are
rest
they
opted
also ugly,
in,
though?
thrusting humanity into an unparalleled golden age. But off on some desolate planet roamed the Ruin Haunters, and while they may look like your average emerald-loving civilian, don't be fooled, for these ruins they so adamantly haunt are the intact remains of ancient Star People technology. These untouched tools of mass destruction allowed their immature society to become exceedingly powerful, and before you could say coup to Electric Boogaloo, they had completely abandoned their villager bodies and taken on a threatening mechanical form. Now called the
but,
Gravital.
like, it could evolve some kind of like skin or something like that that would protect it from it. Like I wouldn't be like, and if they're inventing technology to begin with, I'm sure they could invent something that is resistant to electricity. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. These are like space fish people, and after all, there's a lot of ways to be electricity proof in the water as well. And like, it's not like electric eels are completely resistant to electricity either. That's why they're usually mostly blind, is because their own electricity blinds them over their age. But if we would like look at the electric eel, like let's say its environment like sort of really benefits its like unique features as a creature, I'd be very surprised that its electric properties would be going out of its evolution, and I would be more expecting it to optimize it so that it doesn't actually damage its body as much, that it can use its vision or something else. I mean, it uses electrolocation to detect things, which kind of makes using vision in the first place kind of moot. So it might even evolve to not have eyes in the first place because it doesn't really need them.
They steamrolled the rest of the galaxy with an unsafe blend of sun-blocking antics and atmospheric bombing. When the dust had finally settled, the Bug-Facers were the only survivors, I guess thanks to their shared passion for xenophobia. Instead, the Gravital simply mutated their feeble forms into a series of terrible monstrosities. Again. But while the Coup mostly turned their victims into actually viable animals, the Gravitals used their genetic mastery to create twisted, living art exhibits. Such as a creature whose limited speech allowed it to sing Taylor Swift's 2014 hit single Shake It Off, and nothing else. Truly a fate worse than death. The only post-humans completely untouched by this calamity were the Asteromorphs, descendants of the Floaters, but unlike last time, they were not in hiding. No, the Gravitals were actually afraid of the Asteromorphs, who were even more technologically advanced than they were. But eventually, they decided to go to war with them anyway, and were, unsurprisingly, defeated. Now, as the de facto strongest humans, the Asteromorphs did their best to put everything back in place by designing habitable worlds for these sentient karaoke machines to call home. They even installed some safeguards to ensure no one would ever enslave humanity ever again by designing a terrestrial version of themselves called the Terrestrials, to watch over their newly crafted planets. Did this plan sometimes backfire? For sure. Did the Terrestrials occasionally ignore their purpose and enslave a bunch of people? Yeah, for sure. But beyond a couple hiccups here and there, humanity was finally able to march on with relative peace until they had eventually grown powerful enough to hunt down and exterminate the Coup. So maybe not that peaceful, but, you know, peaceful enough. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, but if you like this video, you'll
Okay, I mean, I haven't read the book, so I can't really do proper commentary on the whole sort of like my personal feelings about the canonicity or logic behind a lot of the space claims. Things like that are interesting to think about. Like, where would we realistically be if we were a billion years in the future? A billion years is a long time, like an insanely long time. So I feel like at that point we would have probably ascended to some kind of super subspace level, like technologically, where we're not even properly like bound by our physical bodies anymore or something like that. I feel like a billion years is a long time. Maybe it's not specifically a billion years, but even so, I mean, humanity hasn't existed on this planet for a long time. In fact, it's existed on this planet for a very, very short time. Want to know the big twist? Yeah, sure, go for it. Spoiler warning for anyone who doesn't want to hear spoilers for the book, because I don't really care. I'm not gonna read it. But go ahead. We're gonna watch this one. This is gonna be the last video of the day. I guess it's Mr. Amazon here, blowing up his funny rocket. Papa Meat, his videos are usually pretty fun.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on.
He's like a big man, but also a child on the inside.
Down because today we're recording a video right after we did the last one. Last week we posted a video about disgruntled employees, so much so that we had to talk about CEOs. But it's been such a
the guy who burned down the entire fucking what was it, like a paper warehouse or something like that, which was crazy. So it was written by a guy after everything was done eons later, and he was just an otaku on humans and even found Earth. Oh, I mean, yeah, fair enough. Warehouses of various
big back and forth. So today we're going to be talking about CEOs.
Is the volume okay?
Everyone can relate to working under a boss that he absolutely despises. In fact, some of the most cathartic online discussions revolve around making fun of CEOs like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg for practically everything they do, because it's nice to punch up. For people that seamlessly have it all with god complexes and fundamentally change how we live, it's nice to fucking punch up every once in a while. Am I wrong? That's why I think sometimes people leave horribly nasty comments on my videos. Because they're like, fuck this fat ass and his millions of subscribers. I get it, dude.
Punch up, baby.
Yeah. You know, even at someone as fucking tiny of a, what would I even say, like a super micro. I'm like a fucking quark influencer, a quark celebrity, like super tiny, like smaller than an atom. Even I have like people who just hate me for the sake of, like, because there's more people who like me. They're just hating me because I guess they want to feel like contrarians or something. But like, I'm such a fucking nobody that you have to be like a turbo ultra nobody to make your entire fucking, or make it even a small part of your personality just hating on me because I'm, I don't know, people smile at me at Desicon or something. It's fucking stupid, but people are very vain. And that's why I was wondering about the whole, like, people choose a lot of life decisions in general based on vanity. Vanity is like a really, really big part of our evolutionary design as it is right now. So I would be very surprised if a future humanity, like eons from now on, would be insanely vain. Because like with the technology making our lives easier and easier and easier and easier and easier, eventually like the vanity would be basically everything that's left of humans. At least that's like my game theory.
Punch gently.
Yeah, punch gently.
Just, I mean, give me a love tap. You don't have to curb stomp me, please. Don't make me bite the curb. It's hard not to get why people feel such a deep hatred, especially with the upper echelon of CEOs that go to crazy lengths to boost profits and add another zero to their net worth. At the end of the day, it's all just a giant pissing contest where it's how much do you need? How much do you
There's a lot of drama in the States right now because there's a lot of people, especially these big CEO types, who want to build like these crazy AI fucking work farms there.
Need, Nick?
Everything.
everything. As long as the numbers are good and the investors are happy, then everything else, including your health and happiness, comes second, baby. This problem has grown even bigger in recent years, as it seems like every day there are new headlines exposing a company for doing something nefarious. From AI CEOs ruining the PC market, and also, I don't know, like basically saying that humanity sucks and that robots rule. It's I don't know. They want the end of the world for some reason.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right?
Two, I don't know, McDonald's CEOs attempting to seem
I don't know
relatable
about
to the
that.
masses by trying to eat their own products.
This one was such a
without
fucking
throwing
stupid
out.
video.
Truly a
Why would
marvel.
they do that?
I love this product.
Yeah,
That's a
I
big
love
bite.
this product. Like, imagine going to a fucking McDonald's and you're gonna be, do you have this product? Do you have this product available? Yeah, how to like lose the imposter game immediately. People are gonna fucking immediately tell that you're a fucking robot or something.
The controversies are endless, my friends. Unsurprisingly, most of the people in the top are complete weirdos who had strange and narcissistic behaviors before they climbed the corporate ladder. And this kind of behavior actually helped them get to where they are today.
Yeah, it is because they have those narcissistic tendencies. They don't have that sort of inner shame that tells them like stop going further. Because at some point in like the tree of growth, you're gonna have to be standing on top of a lot of people, and you're gonna have to be a little bit narcissistic to be able to do that, for sure. Yes, I am a real man. Give me the hot dog with the cats, please. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, no, absolutely, it makes sense that they're narcissists.
But created many enemies along the way. So,
Takes
let's
one to
go
know
over
one.
some of the most heinous and bizarre things CEOs have ever done. It's gonna be a long video. How long is this video?
16 hours.
We're looking at a 16-hour. This is a down the rabbit hole video. Yo, shout out the new down the rabbit hole video, dude.
That was
Cheese,
all,
did you watch that?
that is fucking awesome, by the way. The cheese, the Nigel cheese or whatever, is like it's fucking amazing. It's so interesting and weird and just kind of haunting in a weird way.
It's fucking great.
He's a genius.
Nigel Cheese? Exactly. 1 + 1 = 1. I'm a proper English gentleman. Anything down the rabbit hole, dudes. I'm fucking...
Yeah.
I eat it up.
Down
I
the
love all
rabbit
of it.
hole.
Shout out my boy
Great
down the rabbit.
channel.
Frederick Nunson, the homie. I don't know. I wish he was my homie. Hit me up, Fred. To boost morale, some CEOs will take their entire staff on a company retreat and get them out of the office, like Valve. They take
I don't
I
understand.
think they take those motherfuckers to Hawaii every year. Expenses paid. I heard Valve though. I heard they treat their employees right. Is that true?
They have a very loose structure of like a hierarchy. Basically, you could join Valve and they're like, you can do whatever you want, and they leave you alone. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna work on this project. Yeah, I'm bored. I'm gonna go work on this one.
Is that why nothing ever gets done?
Yeah. Their mentality is like they want their workers to be excited on things they're working for. So it's like if a big project comes up, like Dota 2, everybody loves working on Dota 2 because it makes them a shitload of money. And then like when CSGO came out, they started switching to CSGO, but nobody wants to work on like TF2 anymore. I think there's one person working on it.
What about Half-Life? I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. Basically, what we're saying is Gabe Newell is a good CEO.
That's what people say.
That's what people say.
That's what people say.
Because he's so
How
rich
lucky do you
that
think
he
they
can
have him
just
at
be
gunpoint?
friends with these
You better
employees,
say.
kind of.
That's what I do my guys. I have a 3D printed gun. I have a Bamboo Labs printer. I printed out a gun. I go up to all my employees and I say, you say I'm a good boss right now. While these retreats, it might seem like a nice gesture, one week-long retreat turned into a week of pure hell. In 2017, the CEO of Plex...
Valve looks particularly hideous. I don't have... Oh, like, I do have Steam. Wait. Does it look that hideous? Is it just the same as always? Am I blind to it? I don't know. I think it looks the
Keith
same.
Valerie decided to treat 120 of his employees to a survivor-style vacation
Maybe
in
mine just
Honduras,
hasn't updated
labeled
yet.
as a team bonding experience. What? Team bonding and survivor?
Yeah, these whole fucking team bonding shits. These team bonding shits can go fuck themselves. The whole team bonding stuff is it's like a manufactured, like you're trying to like artificially manufacture closeness, but you like people don't necessarily get along. Like, people don't always get along. That's just the way it is. Some people types just don't get along. And if you're trying to force it through shit like this, I feel like it's just gonna create more friction. It's not a good thing.
Only one of you will win. Fight. The $500,000 trip was already off to a bad start before a single person boarded their fucking flight. 3 weeks before the retreat was set to start, the resort they were staying at had both its general manager and head chef resign. After getting off the plane in Honduras, the crew was crammed into buses and was shipped out over dirt roads. And when they arrived at their destination, most of the staff felt uneasy because the property was guarded by numerous guard towers equipped with machine guns.
Oh.
This is what, can you just upload? It's just Pirate Bay for movies, right?
Well, now they're trying to be a legit service, so they have like free movies and stuff, and you
okay.
pay for services.
Yeah, but you and your brother just use it for anime, right?
Yeah.
Their anime selection is haunting. This video is brought to you by StargeForge PCs. Right now, they're having a massive Memorial Day PC sale going on with huge savings on all PCs. And even if you aren't in the market for a new PC, they have collaboration keyboards and other gaming accessories. I have to have my salad. Yeah. I have to. I just one. This led to him contracting a severe case of E. coli and becoming bedridden. Was deep fried. Collaboration keyboards and other gaming accessories for sale. So go check them out. The link will be in the description. Thank you to StargeForge PCs for sponsoring this video. Seriously, if you guys are looking for a PC, this company's pretty sick. I appreciate you guys. Bye-bye. The CEO had flown down a few days earlier to help set things up. However, as soon as he arrived, he noticed all the food was deep fried, and the staff warned him not to eat any vegetables. That's a good sign.
Oh.
Oh, so can I have this tomato? I would not do that. He disregarded their warnings, claiming he just had to have one small salad. God, what a CEO thing. I have to have my salad. Yeah. I have to. I just one. This led to him contracting a severe case of E. coli and becoming bedridden before his company even arrived to the company retreat. He claimed that while in the hospital, he lost up to 8 to 10 pounds in just a few days, and that the staff would nail his IV bag to the bedpost every time he was swabbed.
Oh.
Like fucking Martin Luther. Go with God. With Keith unable to direct the Survivor challenges, other executives had to step in and divide the contestants into teams so the games could begin. The first challenge that the staff were tasked with was eating tarantulas as well as assortment of other disgusting foods.
Why?
What kind of company retreat is this?
Why?
Survivor!
I thought Survivor...
You should fucking reward your employees and not this stupid shit. Like, oh, yeah, I've got a good reward for you. I've got a good reward for you. I'm gonna feed you a spider. No, don't. It's not cool. Fuck that. Went to look around what pre-made PCs were in one of the texts. Is like 1.5K for the most minimal upgrade. Yeah, it's the PC prices are crazy right now because of the whole AI whatever.
I thought that's like a fear factor.
That is
thing.
more of a fear factor.
I thought Survivor's just being like, I don't know, like float in the ocean and hold
I
your
don't think
breath.
Survivors
I thought it was
really
that.
eat gross
Next, Keith
shit all the
hired a
time.
former Navy SEAL to simulate beach drills,
Why?
which included pushing employees to army crawl in 100-degree heat
Why?
while being screamed at. Nobody in the company was particularly fit. Yeah, come on, the people at Plex, come on now. So people began to overheat and crawl on their hands and knees into the ocean to cool off. That's what I do. I'd look like a fucking sea turtle. I'd crawl off. I'd be on the beach. There'd be like 70 eggs under me. Eventually, people began passing out, and the Navy SEAL agreed to tone down the intensity. All right, fine. I'll tone it down a bit. Things would only get worse as the games continued. Many employees suffered fire ant bites, including one person who had to get an emergency injection in their butt after sitting on an anthill.
What?
That's his fault.
But come on now, that ain't the CEO's fault. I will say though, sitting on that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly is what a good company retreat is. Like, everyone is called into the office at the same time, and you got just a wads of money, and you're just like, it's very good, happy times. You're gonna get some money, and you distribute the money to everyone, and you just raise your hands. You're like, you can do what the fuck ever you want with this shit. Have fun, and that's the retreat. They can hang out together if they want to. They can hang out with you if they want to. But they can also go, I don't know, buy Fortnite skins or something like that if they want to. Because I feel like the company should never put that kind of social pressure on their workers where they're expected to they're expected to participate in some kind of social activity just for the sake of not getting fired. Like, they're gonna be afraid of getting fired, and they're just participating in this shit because they don't want to get fired. That's all there is to it. It's not some kind of strong bonding experience. It's probably shit.
You don't expect that. Those motherfuckers will crawl anywhere too. You gotta watch out.
Have you ever got bit on the scrotum?
Well, I've had a leech on my balls before. I've had seed ticks in my testicles.
In?
Mm-hmm. Well, seed ticks, they bury in it.
Don't say no. I don't want to.
True.
Fuck, that's so gross.
I have one of those gross fat stomach. Oh god, dude. I wish I had like a robust tummy. You know, like a round one. I had my fucking stomach. It's disgusting. It's one of those stomachs that looks like a peanut shell. Others were still recovering from severe heat exhaustion and dehydration from the days prior. The resort they were staying at was also dealing with a sand flea infestation. So every room had to be fumigated each morning. Every morning, a fumigation. Which also, I'm like, there's no way that has not stopped lingering. So you're going to bed and you're just breathing in those chemicals. In addition to the insects, one of the senior engineers was sleeping and heard a loud crash in their bathroom. When he went to investigate, he found that a porcupine had fallen through the ceiling of his shower and was trapped behind the glass. I love the picture. Yeah. He's like, let me out. Through their stay, the facility experienced frequent power and water outages due to brutal heat wave. And one of the employees was running back and forth between his co-workers' rooms, delivering water bottles to keep them cool. While doing this, he forgot to drink water himself and began to experience severe heat palpitations due to heat exhaustion. And after nearly collapsing, he was taken to the hospital and put on an ECG machine. You think they also hammered
They should sue
IV
for
back. What are
this.
you doing here?
I hope
well,
they sue
sir.
for this.
A positive of the trip was that they had unlimited access to golf carts, so they could drive anywhere they wanted. The downside was that the trees blocked the solar panels powering the road lights, so they would shut off after about 30 minutes. As a result, some employees ended up driving in the dark and crashed into things. Near the end of the trip, the entire company boarded small planes to an island called Utila to attend the opening of a new baseball field that Plex helped fund after the original was destroyed in a hurricane. The day went on without any issues. They swam in clear waters and played basketball. But this brief respite was all they had before problems started to arise once more. It came time to head back to the mainland. Utila's airport was very basic and lacked runway lights, meaning no planes could land on the island after the sun went down. And because of this, the pilots were tasked with getting the 100-person crew back to the main island before sundown, using an 8-person propeller plane. One by one, the plane took off and returned, taking small batches of people. However, they didn't make it back in time, and some employees were forced to spend the night on the island. Many of them were using antihistamines to treat the insect bites and were left for hours with insatiable itching. And thankfully, those left behind were able to find a doctor on the island and get the medicine they needed. For the rest of the night, the remaining employees stayed at a hotel, drank beer, and listened to reggae. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad. When the morning came, the pilots picked them up, and the rest of the company drove to the airport to head back to the U.S. Though it was a retreat from hell, many of the employees say they enjoyed their time and grew closer to their coworkers. At the end of the day, people
Yeah,
did
but
get closer together, but it seems like
the only thing they're growing together, like they're finding like they're like finding understanding in each other in tough times. So they're probably just fucking insanely angry at the CEO who started this shit. They have found camaraderie in hatred towards their employer. So I don't think that's probably like an objective win out of this situation.
Trauma. You get closer through trauma, right? Was that a big brain move from the CEO? I don't know. And this could all be chalked up to a horribly planned event with the good intentions. Many CEOs, however, are far more sinister in pursuit of profits and stuff. I mean, to me, this does not seem like this is not a bad CEO. I mean, we're dipping our toes a little bit of, you should have thought that one a little better, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like anybody really had any resentment towards the CEO.
It's more so, I mean, to be fair, he was trying to do something fun, and it was just horribly planned. There's way worse CEOs.
Yes. Nearly everyone in the US was affected in some sort of way by the RAM shortages created by all the AI CEOs. And since 2025, AI has seen massive growth, and its overall integration into everything has accelerated at a terrifying pace. And because of this, many AI CEOs are ordering their companies to lower or halt consumer-grade RAM production and focus solely on AI memory for the massive data centers popping up everywhere. I fucking hate them. They're everywhere. It's fucking disgusting.
I think we're getting 2 or 3.
Well, they're by us, yeah. It's fucking stupid.
I'm kind of afraid that if my PC like works itself, I'm not gonna be able to afford to repair it or get it like fixed, and then I won't be able to do work. That would fucking suck. That would be a nightmare. We don't want that. I hope my PC stays fine.
price of a stick of RAM has risen nearly 120% to 300%, depending on the brand. Meaning
That's
a stick that costs
insane.
usually $300 in 2024 is now upwards of $1,000 in some cases. This has not only raised the prices of pre-built PCs, making it harder for an average consumer to get one, but also prices of consoles. It led to systems like Steam Machine being delayed as well. Shoe company Allbirds decided to rebrand as New Bird AI and sell off its shoe brand to begin buying GPUs and building AI data centers, which has sent its stock soaring. Fuck off. This decision comes after the company saw a steady decline in sales since its founding in 2015. And the worst part is, the CEO sent out a company-wide email informing everyone that they had been let go and that all of their retail stores would be shutting down without prior notice. What a fucking nice guy. And this will likely start a trend of other companies abandoning the customer market and investing fully into AI, getting out of like actually having to like rent out store spaces or do whatever and just fully integrate with this like get rich quick scheme that people are having with AI data centers. People are tired of AI being pushed down their throats, and CEOs know it, yet they still force us to use it. The CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, published a blog post at the end of 2025 urging people to stop calling everything related to AI AI slop. How about you go fuck yourself, idiot?
Yeah,
He
but like,
believes we
let's be fair here. Like, most of the commercially available AI stuff is AI slop. It's basically jangling keys in front of idiots. Like, there's like no real substance to it. It doesn't actually do anything helpful. It's just generating porn for people on Twitter or making like offensive movie titles. And that's basically it, on like these short videos. So I don't know.
We need to get beyond the arguments of slop versus sophistication. Humanity needs to learn to accept AI as the new equilibrium. It's the way that CEOs talk about AI, it just shows how little they accept life. It's like it shows what disdain they have for actual humanity. It's not surprising, but it's so eye-opening. This spurred a wave of people calling out the CEO and referring to anything the company did as microslop, which beautiful. Microsoft hated the word so much that they even banned it on their Discord and restricted people who used it. What a fucking pussy, dude. Yourself. CEOs will gladly screw over consumers, but what about their employees? In 2023, Clearlink CEO James Clark announced that the company would require people to return to the office. This was after promising lots of newly hired employees that this would not be a possibility.
Very happy I recently upgraded my PC. I should be good for a few years. Yeah, but you probably would have gotten it way cheaper if you didn't fumble through the fucking process like a... Like, I don't even know what to fucking call you. It was such a nightmare to listen to your fucking adventure through it.
When the company responded negatively, he held a meeting with all the employees and went on a rant about how he was sacrificing his time in the office while, in his words, 30 employees were quiet quitting because they hadn't opened their laptops for a month. He then praised the people who made insane sacrifices to return to the office, such as one woman who had to sell her family's dog to get back to the office. What? He said that it broke his heart and that she had to do it, but praised her for complying with the new company standards. I know you couldn't take care of your pupper and you had to get rid of it. You probably really like that guy, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Next, some of his employees complained that they couldn't go into the office because they were stay-at-home mothers. James' response to this was that it shouldn't be an issue because real mothers would be able to balance working in the office and childcare.
Real mothers.
I didn't say it, all right? I just want to say that base take is not from me, all right? Once again, though, it just shows, well, robots don't require a robot mom could do it.
Well, my nannies take care of my kids.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just get a nanny then. I don't understand. It's like, well, I'm not rich like you. You get your housekeeper then to do it. Like, what?
You get your mother, okay?
Yeah, get your mom. After hearing this heartless
Yeah,
disconnect...
so I guess the thing was that because she has to go to the office, she can't realistically keep the dog anymore. Which I guess kind of can make sense. Yeah, if you have really long work days and you can't be home for the dog, what the fuck is even the point? Dogs are very social animals, so if you're gonna be away from home for like 50%, 60% of the day all the time, like, it's just gonna be a really depressed dog. And that's not really fair to it. There was actually a thing like my sister's boyfriend, he was complaining when the COVID stuff ended, and the people he works on like IT stuff, and he was complaining because the office was like, oh, we have to have this many days when you actually go to the office every month or something stupid like that. And some of the employees who were hired during the COVID stuff lived like in Oulu. And this shit is like in Helsinki, so they have to fucking take a train from there just to come to the office to show their ass hairs so that the CEO can count their ass hairs and then give them a little pat on the butt and go like, yeah, okay, that's a nice progress you've made. You can go back to Oulu now. It's like, why? It feels so
speech,
fucking
many
stupid.
employees resigned, and the company received significant backlash, as if they give a fuck. James tried to save face by saying his words were taken out of context, but aside from his company being review bombed, he never faced any repercussions. Exactly, because they don't give a fuck.
As long as they're making money, they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Also, they just know that, like,
yeah.
oh, there's going to be another thing in the news. Who cares?
And they're going to replace us with AI.
We will be computers. We will have to. After a while, they're like, I don't even know why people are rejecting the cyborg treatment.
Elon Musk wants to do that, put a little brain chip inside you.
I think it's because they're all just afraid to die. I mean, who isn't afraid to die? But I think CEOs have a hard time grasping that they're like, what do you mean I won't have, it's just over?
Could you imagine if CEOs were immortal?
There would be no...
No. The idea was that they would have to go to the office for like some kind of, basically like a refreshing meeting to make sure that everyone still has the same face that they had like last month or something. Basically like a completely pointless little escapade and they had to stay there for like 3 days. So this guy would have to like book a hotel for 3 days. So he would basically have to pay like hundreds and hundreds of euro just to meet this completely pointless policy and then go back to Oulu and then continue work from there like normal. It's fucking idiotic.
Point of living. There would be no point to life itself. Some employers actually value the work that their employees do, but far too many believe that their employees are lucky to have a job in the first place.
Me?
Nick.
Yeah, I am lucky.
Yeah, you are. You all should know that. It's like there's like a bunch of people. Me? During the 2023 Australian Financial Review Property Summit, my God, pick a better fucking name. Property developer and CEO Tim Gurner stated that he believes we should see pain in the economy. By this, he means that employment rates should rise up to 40% to 50%. His reason behind this? Well, Tim believes that after COVID, the average worker got lazy. So the employer quotes,
"Need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around."
You see, in Tim's eyes, layoffs are not a sign of a failing company, but actually a tool employers can use to threaten employees into working more and being grateful to even have a job. Once again, it can't be said enough, go fuck yourself. I think that they think this is like normal. Well, everybody thinks this way. Because all they do is talk to other CEOs. So when they actually say these thoughts out loud, you're like, what? This is not the first insane thing Tim has said. In 2017,
they see people like cattle. Just crazy.
A significant backlash for saying that millennials couldn't buy homes because they were buying too much coffee and avocado toast. Remember that guy? This was met with a tidal wave of angry millennials ranting about how they greatly simplify why people in their generation were struggling financially. Tim publicly apologized. Yeah, he probably threw up. He's probably sitting there and he's like, he was doing this under the podium. Or he's doing this behind his back.
Oh, yeah.
Tim publicly apologized, claiming he felt deep regret for his statement. But it appears that old habits really never change. Tim, if you're out there, hope you're getting a wreck. Is that horrible to say? Even to a CEO, do we really care? Do I give a fuck? You know what's fucked up is that Stevie Ray Vaughan dies in a helicopter crash, but Tim Gurner probably flies a helicopter all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, CEOs can be mentally draining, but for one employer, their boss nearly killed them during a meeting. After getting hired by a small startup, one man was under constant psychological harassment for 7 months straight by the CEO. From the moment he got hired, his boss was constantly yelling at him and demanding he explains what he was doing at literally every moment of the day. And on top of the overbearing boss, the man was required to work 12 to 14 hours a day, including weekends. And after months of being belittled, everything came to a head when the
never work 12 to 14-hour days unless you're like working, like doing the thing that you absolutely fucking love in life. If you do if you fucking love what you're doing, then fucking who cares? But like, that's way too much. That's way too much time out of your limited time on this planet, is to spend 12 to 14 hours doing some fucking shit job that you don't even like. That is like crazy. Like I often talk that I do like 12 to 14-hour days, and it's very common. But the difference is here is that I'm my own employer, So I can just go out to the balcony and take like 20 minutes to myself and water my carnivorous plants and watch them eat some bugs and take a moment to myself and come back, and I have a YouTube video on the side going while I'm working, and I fucking love what I'm doing. So it's not like mentally, it doesn't feel like I'm wasting my time when I'm working. It doesn't feel like I'm like really excited to not work. In fact, I'm usually kind of anxious about not working. So it's not really like the same. So how are the plants? The plants are actually doing great. I'm gonna be moving the Sarracenia, the American pitcher plants, into their bog garden this weekend, probably tomorrow, since it's been nice and bright and hot, and they really like the direct sunlight. They've been eating a bunch of fruit flies. There's been a bunch of fruit flies going around, and there's like 3 in fucking every pitcher. So the banana carapace, they go into the pitchers very effectively. So they're having some num-nums. The pitcher plants themselves are pretty small, so I feel like they're probably like nice little snacks for them. The sundews have actually, one of them has caught something. I don't know what it is because it wraps around it to kind of like squeeze it while it's eating it. So I don't know what it has, but it's like a little bit bigger than your average fruit fly, so I don't know what it is. But there was a spider living on the one of the king sundews. I saw it like in the morning, so I'm thinking that it's probably the spider. Like, because the plants, they lure, especially fruit flies, really well, and other little bugs and stuff, because they're so colorful. So the spider, there's a lot of spider species that live in symbiosis with pitcher plants, especially, where the plants lure the bugs fall into the pitcher, the spider sort of picks up the remains of the bug and throws the garbage into the pitcher, which is fine for the plant. It's not a problem. But Finnish spiders, I don't think Finnish like flower spiders, I don't think they really understand what a carnivorous plant is and what the risks associated with them are, because they are not in symbiosis with pitcher plants. So I'm pretty confident that those are ghost webs on the plants now. They're ghost webs. It's probably getting fucking strangled to death by one of the sundews. So rest in pepperoni to that spider. Maybe it's still there, but the king sundew especially is like a fruit fly flies past it, and if it touches one of the tentacles even a tiny bit, it's just dead. It's immediately just gone. So yeah. But yeah, over the weekend, I'm gonna be moving my Finnish sundews and the Canadian pitcher plants, American pitcher plants into the newly made bog garden, and I'm hoping that they will be happy in it. And hopefully, because the bog garden has a lot of earth mass to it, so like it's deep, I feel like it will probably be like thick enough where it doesn't freeze through during the winter, since it's in a windowed balcony. So it doesn't get like insanely cold, maybe like up to like 20 Celsius negative. And the Canadian pitcher plants should be able to survive up to -30. So I have a feeling that they might be able to live here even throughout the winter. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to have like these like pitcher plants that just they go into their hibernation onions over the winter, and then they -20 isn't that cold. -30 is like getting there. -35 to 40, that's like insanely cold. But the pitcher plants, they have the potential to survive the winter. So I'm gonna try to see if they do, and if they do, they're basically gonna have their own little ecosystem in that swamp that they're just gonna live in, and I'm just gonna let them like live naturally. Apparently, there have been successful like integrations of the Canadian pitcher plants, Sarracenia purpurea, SSP purpurea, into Sweden. So they are able to live in Swedish swamps and Sweden is very, very close to Finland. So I think they'll probably be fine as long as I keep them watered over the winter, and as long as the soil doesn't freeze through completely. So I have some high hopes especially for the Purpurea. It would be really nice to have year round bog garden going. It's something that I've been sort of dreaming of for a long time. So, because Sarracenia is the only species that I haven't really been able to grow outside of, I guess, the Venus flytraps. The Venus flytraps are, they're not really my favorite. They've never been my favorite. I just kind of like the more bizarre looking carnivorous plants more. And Sarracenia is one of the more bizarre looking carnivorous plants, but I haven't been able to grow them because they have a winter dormancy period where basically they need winter. They need winter to be able to grow correctly. If they don't get winter, then they don't. These are Sarracenia. If they don't get winter, this is like a gay dude who loves his pitcher plants, and he tells about them. They're really pretty. This is the gay guy again. Yeah, this is what the pitcher plant looks like. Let's see. Oh, it's only 2 minutes. Yeah, we can.
Hey, plant pals. Welcome back to California Carnivores. We've been getting a lot of questions about how to care for Sarracenia purpurea, and so I thought I'd just touch on it really quick. For some reason, people seem to think that there's like a big difference. Actually, there really isn't. Although they do look wildly different from the other tall Sarracenia, they are very closely related. They grow in
They're like these red salad that forms into these
same
cups.
kind of environment, and they actually want the same amount of care. These ones here I've been caring for since I was 14 years old when I planted the seeds for these, when I crossed my first one and my second one together. So it's been a long track record. Mostly I just had them in this big bowl all together, although there's a bunch of individual clones in here. Like all American pitcher plants, they appreciate a lot of sun. If you want them to look really dark red like this, then they need to have a lot of sun. All Sarracenia kind of suntan into their own color, into their colors, so you do want a lot. And then they are just like the other ones, swamp plants, so we'll set them in a tray of rainwater or distilled water, so have to stick to that pure water, or they do great in large, undrained containers like this one right here. One major difference between them, let me touch back on the hardiness first. The hardiness is about the same as the American pitcher plants. This is the southern variety, Venosa, subspecies Venosa, but the subspecies Purpurea, like this one, a little bit different looking, and it's much more cold hardy. This one, you know, starts probably like around New Jersey, somewhere like that, goes all the way north to all the way.
This one I have. They're like noticeably smaller than the original species of Sarracenia purpurea, but they are still pitcher plants, and pitcher plants are my favorite kind of carnivorous plants. So having pitcher plants that survive the Finnish winter is super nice. Might need some heating. No, I don't think they will. I think they will survive. If they can take minus 30 Celsius in Canada, then they can definitely take minus 20 on a Finnish balcony for sure.
Where it gets like 40 below. So this one can take it a lot colder than the southern variety or the Burkei variety. But the major difference between Purpurea and all the other ones have a rain lid so that they don't fill up with water and they don't topple over. Purpurea is so low to the ground, it doesn't suffer from that problem of toppling over. So it got rid of its rain lid a long time ago, and now it has this nectar collar where the nectar is, so they lure in the insects to the traps, and they just fill themselves up with rainwater. And that means at home, if you don't have summer rain like we don't here, you're gonna have to fill them up so that they can drown their insects and eat them. So don't forget to overhead water your Purpureas. Another interesting thing about them is tall American pitcher plants are really terrible candidates to grow under lights, because as they grow, they're going to start far away from the lights and they're going to stretch to get up there, and then when they touch it, they're going to burn. So they're pretty hard to grow under lights, I would say. But because this one's so low, you can get the light right on top of them, and it actually is a better candidate to grow indoors. I would still put it outside if you have that option, but if you wanted to try one and you don't have any outdoor space, a Purpurea under lights would probably do pretty good.
Very cool.
The CEO began screaming at the man.
But yeah, I have a bunch of Sarracenia purpurea. They are gonna be. It's gonna be an experiment to see how well they survive. But I have high hopes for them. I have a few experimental plants as well. That I'm not 100% sure if they will survive. But yeah. Quite a zesty guy. Yeah, he's like turbo gay. He's like ultra gay. But they're very cool. So I have a nice bog garden that I've been building up, and it's like maybe like 40 centimeter tall basket made out of some kind of little wood stuff, and inside of it is 2 plastic boxes, and the inner box is like the watering tray for it basically, and the outer or the box that is sitting on top of the inner box has the soil in it, so that there's like a little water tray underneath it technically, so that the water can sort of move upwards throughout the entire mass of the stuff. And there's some pumice at the bottom. It's like some kind of volcanic rock, like sterile volcanic rock, and it helps the water not rot, because rotting is a very common problem with trays that have a closed bottom. So it's like a carefully crafted and designed environment for my plants, and I hope that it's good enough for them to survive the winter, so that I'll have a year-round little bog on my balcony where I can grow my babies. So then I'll have my Sarracenia and my Finnish sundews out on the balcony, and then I'll have my Nepenthes and Helianthora and all the other tropical species and the tropical sundews in the spider farmer Pömpeli, their little house. And the tropical sundews will go in there once winter comes as well. They're going to be pretty sad because the sunlight outside is so much stronger than the light in the Pömpeli. I could turn up the light in the Pömpeli like a lot, but then the Nepenthes won't like it. The Nepenthes are like, in fact, the Nepenthes are like the only plant in the house that don't like the super bright lights. Basically everything else in there would like really prefer to have like insanely strong lights, so I could actually run the light at like 100%. I do have my own little tropical abyss in the little grow tent, but one day when I have like a nice little home for myself that has space where I can do this, and all of my personal space isn't like burned by the books, all the books that I have, like the book storage, because I just store them in my living space. So yeah, then I'll have a big grow tent, and I'll have like separate grow tents, one for the Nepenthes, which is taller, and then the smaller one for the more terrestrial species. 10,000 lumen light or something. I don't know how much lumen in there is, because the plant in a plant environment, you don't necessarily measure the strength of the light in lumen. But it is like an insanely strong LED light. It's like a super strong LED light, where at 40%, it's so strong that even though there's like one tiny window on the little tent, at 40%, when it turns on, it's gonna like light up the entire fucking room. And that is at 40%. So yeah, rest well, Val. We play tomorrow. We play tomorrow on another fun adventure in the tropical abyss. We're gonna finish this video, and then we're gonna go to bed.
a video conference. I mean, it's just all public humiliation shit, power tripping humiliation shit. Which also, even if you're upset with an employee, it's just that level of delusion where it's just like, well, this is probably inappropriate to do in a video conference, right? With all these people here. But I feel like you're just making a statement and it's just power tripping, right?
I honestly think some CEOs do it on purpose, where it's just like, I'm gonna pick the weakest out of the pack and like make an example of them. It's just like alpha brain bullshit.
But that's just power tripping,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Okay. And is that an idea to where it's like, hey, everyone who's in here, don't let this be you?
It's a warning thing of just like, if you have like a scapegoat and someone you know like you could pick out to be the example, it's very easy of just like, I'm gonna pick on this guy to show everybody else not to fuck up.
After several minutes of being yelled at, the employee began struggling to breathe as his chest began to tighten. He eventually collapsed, alerted his mother, and was taken to the hospital. While there, the doctors told him he suffered from a panic attack caused by his boss's endless screaming, which if anyone's ever had an actual panic attack, it feels like you're having a heart attack. I mean, if you feel like you're dying. I used to get them really bad. Remember, I feel like 2 or 3 years ago, I got them really bad.
I had really bad anxiety in high school. So I remember I was like one of the up and running people to be in a play. It was me or this other guy. And I've never been in like a big play before. I had a huge anxiety the other day. And I was kind of hoping I didn't get it because it's like...
Just the pressure of having
Just the
to perform.
pressure.
Yeah.
And, you know, surprise. I didn't get it, so...
Yeah. Thank God. I mean, I've never had a heart attack yet. The very first time I had like a bad one, I drove to the hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack. It's just like tightness of breath, and your chest like your heartbeat races, and you're like you kind of have like a fight or flight response. You're just kind of like it's very overwhelming. It's very odd.
They had beta blockers for that.
There you go. When he recovered, he immediately resigned. According to the HR department, however, his medical emergency was actually an act of charity by the company since they were paying him for his time off. An HR department said
alien brain thinking.
Which also, I've had a boss before, man, that's like did shit like that. I won't say the company or whatever, but it was like a place that had like comic books in there. We've been there. But he was just like a guy that would like, he'd bully you until you quit, basically. And he was like a guy that was like new and he was like trying to prove himself. He would like bully you until people quit, and then he'd bring in other guys, and he would basically like, he would like joke about you in front of you to them,
yeah.
and then like try to get the other new employees that he hired to like resent you. And he just, that was his way of like thinning out the herd.
My boss had a similar thing where she wasn't that mean.
Some people with even the tiniest fucking smidge of power, if they're given that, they will immediately fucking become like this. It's very sad.
She would purposely like cut people's hours because she's like, if I don't like them, I'm just giving them.
Oh,
like,
100%.
Because she's like, I'm not gonna fire them so they could just get on unemployment.
Yeah. That he did that too. And then it was like a weird thing too, where it was very obvious. He was just such a fucking creep. He also hired like a bunch of like 15-year-old girls, and like he was like that kind of guy.
Yeah.
He hired like, oh, these are all my buddies from like my Toys R Us day, whatever. and then he'd hire like a bunch of younger. He's just a fucking creep. That kind of shit. It's no surprise that many CEOs have insane egos, with some believing that they inherited their position from God himself. After being appointed CEO, a man invited his entire company of over 200 people to a Zoom meeting, labeling it an announcement of an upcoming project. However, instead of discussing anything work-related, he opened the meeting by stating that he believed he had been directly appointed to the CEO position by God. Apparently, Christ had brought him to this position like it was his divine purpose in life. Realizing how insane the situation was, many workers resigned shortly after the meeting ended, and morale plummeted for those who stayed. Which also, what was the company?
I want to know.
We sell tires.
Yeah.
And it's like, God wanted me to be here. It's like,
Yeah.
Greg, we sell tires. It's clear that if you want to be a top-level
Holy
executive, you need to be a little crazy. And in fact, many CEOs go public about their strange habits and reveal themselves to be very bizarre characters. The co-founder of Boost Mobile, Craig Morgan, is the 4th largest mobile carrier in the US. The man had several rituals, such as going to bed early exactly at 10:04 p.m. every day. Which already I'd be like, how do you control that? 10:03 and yeah, injects himself. Not only that, but every single day he eats 5 cans of cold sardines and encourages others to do the same. As a self-described sardine evangelist, Craig attributes his health to his sardine consumption and believes that's why his business continues to grow. It's just because of the sardines. At the same time, I kind of fuck with that.
It's like, I feel like when the company grows so big, it starts to probably feel like it's a little bit out of your hands. And as like a mental self-preservation mechanic to make yourself feel like you are still in power, you come up with these imaginary magical rules that you feel are what gives you this success and makes it prolonged. And it makes it feel like you still have control over what's happening because you're doing all this magic bullshit. But it's mostly just a self-preservation thing.
To imagine that every CEO is just a psychopath, right? Yoshiro Nakamatsu, also known as Dr. Nakamatsu, is known for holding over 3,000 patents. These inventions would include the toilet seat lifter, a throwable self-defense wig, and the Cerebrix chair, which is a recliner that blasts electronic pulses into your brain to supposedly boost brain power, the goddamn Jimmy Neutron chair. To come up with all these crazy inventions, the man needed a room where he could relax and think. That's why, naturally, he built a bathroom in his home covered head to toe in 24 karat gold. Naturally. Yoshiro believed that doing this blocked harmful radio and TV waves that would affect his thinking. It also partially soundproofed the room, allowing it to be silent most of the day so he could scream and shit.
Man, it's the OG 5G tower.
He would sit on or near the toilet and think about new inventions for hours. One of the only rules in the room was that no nails were allowed inside because he believed it disturbed his thinking. To ensure this could never happen, he also had the room built with no nails. Which also, I was going to say, at what point do you also say this motherfucker has something going on? 3,000 patents? I mean, how many people have a solid gold room?
Off the top of my head, only one.
I mean, I was going to say, like, there might be something to them. Also, I wonder why the nail. Why no nails?
Yeah,
that's just what is that? That's like an OCD thing, right? CEOs will calmly let hordes of people go from their job without a second thought. But the worst of the worst CEOs will cause them to lose their lives. The Deepwater Horizon disaster is one of the deadliest industrial disasters ever. 11 people were killed on an oil rig explosion and over 200 million gallons of oil dumped into the ocean as a result. I feel like a lot of people know about this. Part of the reason the oil rig exploded was the CEO cut overall operating costs by rushing safety inspections and standard work protocols to save time and make more money. You know. Good stuff. Following the explosion, Tony Howard would go on and say the string of disgusting things about the explosion in the media. When questioned by the environmentalists worried about the scale of the oil leak and the cost of cleaning it, Tony dismissed their concerns, calling the spill, quote, relatively tiny compared to the whole ocean. That's when you fucking you need to throw them in and be like,
very big ocean. It doesn't matter. It's like a few billion
Later
fish
on,
die.
after months and months of being interviewed, he finally broke down and said, "There's no one who wants this thing over more than I do. I'd like my life back." Live on TV. What a fucking douchebag. Once again, throw him over. Throw him over into the oil, dude. This sent people over the edge as Tony was clearly only focused on himself rather than the 11 men who died and the entire ecosystem affected by the spill and his shortcomings. And shortly after this statement, BP would face huge cleanup fines and Tony would be fired. He still ran and made it off like a bandit, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You think he gives a fuck? He's just like, and I don't have to do anything anymore? Perfect.
He probably got some huge
He got a huge
exit bonus.
payout. He got a huge payout, yeah.
That's the fucked up thing with CEOs is that they go in, they gut these companies, they ruin them, get a huge bonus, and then just leave and have a new CEO come in.
Yeah, it feels like a big thing is that with a lot of these CEOs, it's like, it's just a pissing contest between other CEOs. And I feel like the only reason they even stay and keep the job with these bonuses is just to keep up that kind of like social relationship they have with other CEOs. I hope they all die. I legitimately hope they all die. It's fascinating to see what happens to those who not only become successful, but reach the absolute peak of the business world. People become so detached from the common man when they reach a certain point, and it can cause them to do some pretty crazy things. The power tripping done by these people has gotten so completely out of control to the point where stories like this are becoming everyday occurrences, and no one seems to mind. It's just a thing now where they're just like, oh, well, what do you expect? For centuries, workers have struggled against their employees, and despite laws and revolts, that conflict still shows no sign of ending anytime soon. You know, we're relying on these companies for jobs and these things, but it's just at a certain point, I'm almost wondering if CEO should also be, it's like a presidential terms. 4 years and you're out and you circulate. That way you don't have any guy who's over hoarding over anything, you know, because that's the biggest thing, is it's king mentality between all of it.
A lot of people are saying that AI should replace CEOs. But then to me, I feel
There's
like
really no hope for anything.
that's more
is there?
dangerous because
Of course it's more fucking dangerous, dude. What? Yeah, no shit. It's a soulless computer. They're already a soulless person, but the thing is, like, behind every CEO's lifeless eyes, there's like has to be a tiny spark of humanity somewhere.
Yeah, and they feel shame. When they are shamed, they feel ashamed. But AI doesn't. So I feel like that's a pretty significant difference.
Even if they are a nepo like baby, whatever, there's
They
a
can still
little
feel
something
things,
from your
but the
evolutionary
AI doesn't.
code.
And they're flesh bags, so they decay, whereas a computer will never die.
Whatever. God, what a depressing fucking video. I don't know, dude. Go up to your boss.
That was a fucking depressing video. Anyway, I adopted a giraffe, so it's okay. We balanced out. I also got the funny squirrel freak from my gacha pool, so that's also good. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. Tomorrow, some Tropical Abyss on stream. I might stream on Thursdays if I find something fun that I want to stream in the near future as well. We'll see. Kind of depends on how I can handle my work. I'm still sort of getting used to drawing the new comic. It's been a little bit since I've drawn, so it's a little bit of getting used to the scenario once more, and the working environment is a little bit different because the page size is so much smaller. So we'll see, but potentially maybe a little bit more streaming in the future. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. I will see you guys again tomorrow, and if you need me for something, hit me up on Discord.